following podcast contains spoilers, strong language, graphic violence, and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
Don't worry, little Wookiee. Peckerwood.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Donnie, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Four Guys in a Movie podcast. We're here. We're Mexico, California.
Mexifornia.
Mexifornia.
Or Calico.
Califorxico. Poop Island.
A little bit of Spain.
Yeah, we're here.
Mexico.
And we're doing a
Bunch
thing.
of white people pretending to be Spanish,
Yeah.
like in this movie.
Yeah. As God intended.
Well, not all of them were
No, but...
Spanish. Well, I mean...
Yes, that is correct.
I mean, they're pretending to be Spanish, so it's okay for them to be white people.
Mm-hmm.
That's
If they're
true.
pretending to be Mexican, then it's not okay for
On
them.
the hierarchy
Well,
of-
technically they were pretending to be Mexican with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh,
That's an interesting angle.
yeah.
Hi, I'm your host. I'm Rob. We've got people. This one's Tony. Say hi.
Tone Ranger.
Okay, that's how we're doing it.
Why not?
You go next.
I wasn't prepared to follow up Toad
Injun
Ranger.
Joe is there. All
Oh,
right.
Injun Joe! Wow, there weren't even engines in this movie.
with our returning guest,
Don Juan.
Don Juan, and over here in the corner, special guest.
Blind, smelly brick.
Can
I
be-
mean, we wanted
Okay.
you to do a funny name. Why didn't you participate?
Oh.
Can I be Alejandro?
Hand job?
That's
Yes.
good. That's good. That's good.
You can give me a hand job if you want to.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, yeah, indeed. We did. We watched Mask of Zorro from 1998, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I like how Rob looks at me. He's like, right?
I think it
Tony,
was aimed more at me.
do your thing. Make it work, Daddy.
Oh, no.
I really don't like the sound of that.
While
but-
Tony's bringing up his notes, I'll give a
I-
quick.
I got my.
Okay, all right.
No, what do you want to do? What do you
I
wanna
just
do?
wanted to point out that Mark Anthony's and Tina Arena's "I Want to Spend My Lifetime Loving You" has 27 million views on YouTube.
What?
Oh, I listened to it at least that many times when I worked for Walgreens.
Did you?
Yeah, all the time,
Okay.
every day.
When I was at
What
Brooks,
are
this
you-
was not on the rotation.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Took me a while.
I
What?
couldn't run from that song.
The end song.
And the first comment is, "It's 2022 and we are still listening." Heart emoji. I did not put that comment there. Just
Sure,
Now-
you didn't.
now, I do want to do a quick thing.
Just a quickie.
All right.
Yeah, just a quick. Okay, all right. All right. Just out of curiosity, how many views do you think Smash Mouth's All-Star official music video has?
Oh, a ton.
Ooh. 50 million?
That
Joseph, Injun
wasn't in
Joe
the
says 50
movie,
million.
was it?
Alejandro!
Hand job says 50
It was
million.
not from a. Or that was in a
It
movie.
was in Shrek.
But not
It
this
wasn't
one.
Shrek.
I don't
No.
Not this one.
remember.
It was in Shrek, it was in Mystery Man. It
But,
was in,
but Antonio
couple
Banderas
movies.
is in the Shrek franchise, so it's a 6-degree situation. Anybody else?
I don't know. It's a lot. I know it's a lot.
All right, fine. It has 410 million views.
Yeah, that's-
okay.
But see, that's the sad thing because it's got a ton of views. It's got more views than a lot of really
Jesus.
good content creators and
More views than
Jesus.
Jesus.
But
To be fair,
like half of them are ironic.
well, yes, I'm sure half of them are because people had to play the video to clip it and put it in their own videos. Like, so while Tony
He's
is
feeding the
getting
beast.
his stuff, you got it. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I was gonna start singing All Star, so it's good that you got. it.
Oh no! Wait. Ooh, something went wrong. I gotta.
Somebody.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's all. We're good.
That's
All
enough.
right. So, Mask of Zorro from 1998,
Some.
rated PG-13.
PG-13. There was
PG-13?
There was almost titties in this.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
That's
it's
true.
PG-13.
There was
Yeah.
man butt.
there was some man
There was
butt.
multiple man
Several
butt.
man butt.
Inappropriate handling of a cactus, too.
No, that wasn't. Well, yeah, the cactus might have.
Straight up dendrophilia.
I saw it. Cactus was just as hard as the men.
Directed by Martin Campbell. who also directed GoldenEye, Vertical Limit, Legend of Zorro,
And a series of soups.
Technically, the
Green
cactus
Lantern.
was erect.
God, all those
Ooh.
movies sucked.
Wait, what was the first couple? Green
Well,
Lantern?
GoldenEye I didn't
GoldenEye.
see, but
And Casino Royale as well.
I
Oh,
only ever watched
I heard
GoldenEye
that one
in
was good.
video game form.
but man, Vertical Limit sucked. And
Slappers on there.
Yeah, he had an interesting career.
What's
over that.
Vertical Limit? Is that like a snowboard?
That's Chris O'Donnell climbing a mountain.
Yes,
Vertically?
It's vertically
for most of it.
to the limit.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking the other Chris, like
I think Bill Paxton's
Chris
the bad
Pratt.
Yeah, who
guy.
the fuck is Chris O'Donnell?
No,
Robin.
from Batman.
Batman.
Oh, Jesus.
But
Yeah.
I was thinking Chris. What is the guy from?
Gaines.
No, Groundhog Day.
Oh, Christopher Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not climbing anywhere
I was
on a
thinking of
mountain.
him climbing a mountain.
You're sneaking right into bushwhack territory there.
I think I'd rather see Rosie O'Donnell climb.
Looking like
Yeah,
a
she's not making it up the
like a-
I
mountain
mean,
either.
that would
Like a
make a very
sick-
interesting reality
sick,
TV show.
homeless Don Knotts climbing a mountain. Yeah.
Okay, so the movie was almost going to be directed by Robert Rodriguez, but he turned in a
Too Mexican.
Yep. And if by that you mean violent and rated R, then
Yes. I was going to say, there's no way it's
Oh.
going to be PG-13 with Robert Rodriguez at the helm.
But
He did do Spy Kids, though.
Yeah, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right?
yeah, so wait, so he could handle that. Wait, and they must have all come out around the same time too. When did Spy Kids? Like early 2000s?
Oh.
Had to be.
Yeah.
That's got
So-
some Beast Wars ass graphics.
If they're like,
That doesn't mean it was old or new.
yeah, if they're like, this is straight up a kid's movie, he's okay. But like, if anything else, he's like
his brain
it's
just
gonna be
can't
a
process.
fucking go-go dancer with a machine gun for a leg and
Like, it's gonna
Quentin
be
Tarantino's dick falling off.
It's
Like,
based on Zorro, the silly swashbuckling show. Okay, we're gonna murder children for sport.
I mean, it's not like they didn't try in this version.
Come everywhere.
What?
Anyway,
at least it,
That's actually
It's not a
you know,
command.
he would probably have Danny Trejo as Zorro, which would be pretty interesting.
as new Zorro or old Zorro.
Huh.
Either.
both.
Both.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Just a
he
split
would.
screen like the Olsen twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this just in Spy Kids 2001, so yeah, not far off.
Okay.
Also, people that were going to be in this, originally, they were going to have Shakira play
Okay.
the female lead. And Sir Sean Connery as Don Diego.
Really?
It worked for Ramirez. apparently.
Yeah.
He showed up with that
Play
same
another
feather earring on set.
What nationality is he? I can't tell.
Well, but at that point in the casting meeting, they were like, "How many sexual harassment lawsuits are we okay with?
Can we
for this
budget?"
production?" Because if that number's greater than 0, we can't have Sean Connery.
I'll star in your movie, but I have to do the strip scene myself.
I cut the girl's clothes off.
Yes.
But you're playing her father. I don't care. All right. That voice is
Don't
terrible.
worry,
Anyway,
I'm already reversed.
Can you find one with bigger titties?
famous sword chainer Bob Anderson said that Antonio Banderas was the most gifted swordsman he has seen since Errol Flynn, or trained, I should say, since Errol Flynn, because he did train Errol Flynn.
Okay.
Antonio Banderas also requested that he do most of his own stunts, which is, that's cool. Yeah, and they had some problems with like customs and things like that. It's not all that special. So anyway,
Yeah, drug shit. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah. You want to guess how much money this movie cost to make?
$1998. We think like a 75 million.
They did have very good costumes.
I
thought.
gotta be honest, I have a song in my heart that's saying 40 mil. I feel that that's wrong, but it's the song in my heart. I have to sing
See, this could be
the song that's in my heart.
a lot of
It's not
different
the song of the
things.
South.
No, the song, it's actually the song of congestive heart failure.
Is that what I've been listening to?
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't much CGI to speak of. They really only had 2 sizable explosions.
The set design was really nice, but a lot of that could have been actually on location. The costumes are the only things that I could think of that they probably would have had to make from scratch for this. They had a rowboat, but I don't think the multi-master was actually close enough to have to be actually a real ship. So I don't think they had a...
Don't line by line this budget. Just crack a guess.
Yeah.
Oh, 50 million.
All right.
I'll set it at 60.
And did you...
I said 75.
75. And it goes to Joe. It was 95.
Okay, all right. Well, there
yeah.
you go.
I want to guess how much it made.
Pretty good. Pretty, made enough for a sequel.
Yeah. I'm going to say 200.
I'm
200
thinking-
even.
I think I'm just going to double mine, 150.
260.
Well, a lot of
280.
kids in the... Oh, he just came out with a number. Okay.
All right. This one goes to Rob. It was 250.
That's pretty
That's-
good
that's some-
ROI there.
Yeah.
Good money.
I'd
Good
take
money.
I mean, I don't know. Like, did it make a lot of money back? Because I feel like this movie was really heavily like a lot of ads, a lot of like tie-ins, and
Well, yeah. Let's not get into all the
No toy
nonsense,
line,
but
though.
I'm sure they made
did they have a toy line?
money. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
There's just like repurposed shadow action
Yes.
figures.
Exactly.
Just take the guns out of his hands and put like a whip.
I
Yeah.
want to see the vehicles they came up with for this.
I'm sure it was like a super powered race car with a horse on the front.
Some sort of jet.
Oh, you
fucking
could have had
nonsense.
like a
Little kid.
mine cart
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
jet
like-
on the back.
Yeah, jet engine
Oh,
mine
see,
cart.
yeah.
I'm just thinking. I want to see the vehicle set where it's just like that cart full of gold that's dragging the guy down.
Yep.
Now, I bet Three Finger Jack's action figure came in the rocket-powered minecart.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And he had a missile launcher that fired a pickaxe.
Well, no, what it is not only did the pickaxe get fired with a rocket launcher, but his other two fingers themselves came off as miniature projectiles.
Well, it wouldn't be two fingers. It would just be like his arm was just a like a spring-loaded launcher.
Yeah.
Just give you the shocker from a distance.
For real, missed opportunity. Why were his fingers not gun barrels?
Because this isn't Jonah Hex. Thanks.
Or this is even predates Wild Wild West, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, no mechanical spiders in this one. Much to our chagrin. Who was in this film, Joe?
Well, that'll get you an Antonio Banderas returning to the podcast.
Yay! We like Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, he grew on me a lot.
Yeah.
I like Antonio
He's a charismatic
Banderas.
guy.
Yeah, I never didn't.
Apparently, he's a
like
good
it.
swordsman.
Too sexy.
He's too sexy.
He is too sexy.
Too sexy.
John can't handle it.
You know, that's SNL skit.
I know what you're doing
sexy.
there.
No, senor, too sexy.
So then you get Anthony Hopkins as Don Diego de la Vega.
Less sexy.
I guess technically he was playing a Spaniard. You get Catherine Zeta-Jones as Elena. You get Stuart Wilson as Don Rafael Montero. Tony Amendola as Don Luis, who I'm guessing was his number one henchman that really wasn't.
Yeah.
And then Matt Lachère as Captain Harrison
Captain
Love.
Blondor.
I did, in my notes, he is Captain Blondor.
Yeah.
Of course.
I also called him that, but I also called him General Mullet.
Well, I was thinking if the mullet was invented, he would have one.
Well, I mean, it looked like he had one the entire time because you could only see the party in the back.
I mean, it just looked like a vampire sucked all of He-Man's muscles out.
I was just gonna
He
say.
did not have the power.
No,
Yeah, he looked very He-Man like, but more Prince Adam.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So before we get into the movie proper, you guys want to do a fat chat test kitchen real quick?
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Should we? Because didn't we get a comment?
Oh, we did get a comment, actually. Maybe I should read that. Let me get my little computer up here. We got a
convincing.
we got beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. We got a comment from I don't know, it just says S. All caps this comment and 11 exclamation points. So it's very excited.
There's a lot of emphasis.
That was very emphasis.
He put
It's
the S in exclamation.
so emphasis, very excite. It says stop eating.
That's it.
That's it. That's all it says.
The same thing that's been yelled at me my entire
Yeah,
life.
I have a rebuttal to you, sir. How are we supposed to live if we stop eating? We will disintegrate into nothing.
That's like half the shit we talk about on this podcast is food.
We need to eat to survive.
And like,
If I stop eating, how will I give Joe his manalingus? Because I love him so much.
he's got to eat my cock.
I gotta eat this guy.
Oh no!
I gotta get his juice all up in me.
Oh god!
Well,
Hey, Joey.
He's not going to stop talking when he does it
yeah,
either.
we are.
So I guess I'll
we are
ask. S.
terrible people and
Sorry
very
to offend you,
unprofessional.
S.
Yeah.
But if I start eating it, I'll stop talking about sucking Joe's dick.
And by all that we mean we'll take that under consideration.
Guys,
but now
I got
let's eat shit.
Dunkaroos.
Oh yeah, I've had Dunkaroos.
Fucking Dunkaroos.
I remember those. I
That-
never had those.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had a Dunkaroo.
Ruin everything.
Well, we can
Never?
This is a new experience. This is like your control
All right.
group.
I didn't know
Oh,
if he
can't
was-
wait to be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be terrible.
I don't think they're terrible. They're not as exciting when you're an adult and you can just buy frosting and eat it out of the can.
Are these vintage?
No, they re-released. I guess popular demand or something. I don't.
They're vintage in that they were super popular in the.
They're not. They're no. So
90s, yeah.
the cookies used to be kangaroo shaped. So I'm already.
All right.
Well, yeah, we
Sus.
we grow, we evolve.
Already, I'm being asked questions, and I haven't even engaged yet. What's my dunk? And I have diagrams for the dunk witch, and the dunking scoop.
I
Okay.
really not so excited about the cream shapes.
yeah, what?
They're very.
They look like Dookie.
They are very dooky, yes.
Oh, and the frosting also looks like Dookie. And these look like communion wafers.
They do.
Yeah.
I was.
What is
taking the
this?
sacrament.
I will tell you something right now that has me really concerned.
Zorro.
Oh wow, it does have.
Oh my god, it does have
It
the
does.
Z of Zorro on the back.
I've
In my
concerns as
work, I have come across some Dunkaroos that are available and have purchased them prior to this, not that long ago.
Oh, see, okay.
However-
spoiler alert.
However,
Uh-huh.
they did not look like this.
What did they look like?
They looked like food.
Yeah, there is more than one thing I'm disappointed about in
like
the
Tony,
appearance.
it looks
here.
like
No.
food. It just doesn't look like people food.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Like
Oh, I'm ready to
like
eat.
the cookies.
By all means.
The cookies looked like cookies and not communion wafers.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the frosting looked like frosting and not.
so
And the snozberries
the frosting,
look like
baby.
snozberries.
A,
Beauties.
sweating, B,
Well, it's 'cause
defying gravity.
It's greasing.
Well, it is Betty Crocker.
What
Yeah.
it would be if
Yeah.
it was water based.
It's Betty Crocker.
That's-
I'm sure the
All right,
frosting's
it's
just
that's right.
regular
It's grease.
frosting.
It's secreting oils,
It is oils.
Secreting.
Because it is oils.
Yes, it is secreting.
and it still has not gone to the bottom of the bowl.
You're secreting oils. I'll still eat you.
And the Dunkaroo cookies.
Yeah, these are
They
sad
don't look
looking.
palatable.
These are
All right.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm gonna dunk witch.
as often as you
Yeah.
eat of this cookie, do this in remembrance of me.
here we go.
Oh yeah, this is wrong.
No, it's not. It's not good.
It's not good at all. These taste stale. Like,
Yeah, like the frosting ain't bad.
it's just
But-
canned frosting.
But these cookies are
But
unacceptable.
I remember the frosting being way different than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But these taste like I don't even know what they taste like because they're just stale.
now frosting's a pretty high viscosity product usually, but this is like
So's your cum. Oh, sorry, Joe.
Wow.
this is like the cookies bouncing off the frosting and having trouble breaking the film.
Having a hard time penetrating.
It is. All right, I'm gonna try a dunk witch.
Yeah.
So
Which
when
is
I
luck.
looked at these images, I was like, wait, who would put that much frosting on one cookie? And now I understand why, because the
Oh, yeah.
cookies are like, I mean, for those listening at home, just picture your like pinky nail, and that's like the size of these cookies. Don't look at the ingredients.
No, look at the expiration date.
Oh,
it's on the side of the. It's on the side of the package, Joe.
No, November 2022.
It's on the side.
Oh,
Oh.
but yeah.
Yeah. Again, the weird thing being, and maybe it's I don't know if it's because you seem to have bought a multi pack and I bought individuals.
okay.
Multi pack. But yeah, these have taken a serious dive even from then, and even then it was disappointing compared to what my memory has.
These are only going to get worse
Yeah,
as
this
time
is pretty
goes by.
poor. I don't think I can finish this.
The frosting's getting me through it.
I mean, I will finish it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Fucking
finish
John went to town on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
He's
are.
been quiet this whole time.
it. He has.
It's
He's
not
been
like these
loving
are those
He ran
uranium
fudge in his
cakes
mouth.
that you got with the minions.
it. Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
weren't
these-
food.
these are
Oh, yeah.
these are not cakesters. Like that remains, I think, the worst thing we've ever tried.
Those cakesters, like, I don't think were food for anything.
Yeah,
No,
nobody
no.
finished them. Like I felt like my life was in danger just trying to clear them off the table after you guys left.
Yeah, this feels like the Dunkaroos I had in the 90s were awesome. The Dunkaroos I had like a month or two ago, whatever it was, were like
Palatable.
the sad newer version of it where they're trying to cut budget.
Newsflash, Dunkaroos were never awesome.
Well,
not
whatever.
awesome, but
These
better than this.
these feel like the army surplus version of that.
Yeah, like if I had kids, this is what I would give them if I didn't like them.
So it's what you'd give them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you are a little version of me. There's no way this is turning out any good. You're eating this crap.
I mean, and he's referring to that kid's entire life when he says that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only hope diabetes takes you out before you can put me in a torture home.
Wow.
They were good. I
So
ate
on
'em.
that lovely note,
I didn't have a problem. with
Rick liked them.
it. Yeah.
You also ate nothing but cheese and like
Muffins.
soy shit for like
Well, it wasn't soy
8
shit.
years.
It was soy plasma.
For John.
whatever.
Soy only has an all-purpose whole, where soy milk, soy shit, and soy plasma all come from the same thing.
The old soy cloaca.
The point is you are not qualified
Oh, I'm
to vote
qualified.
on what food is good.
So we watched The Mask of Zorro from 1998. Had a bunch
can't
of
imagine
people in
why S doesn't like this part of the. Anyway,
it. You know what S stands for?
soy shit.
The S is for sucks.
Like these Dunkaroos.
Like these Dunkers.
All right, so that's a 80% fail rate there.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
All
I
right.
feel is still too high, but I guess the math.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this movie starts out with Zorro just fucking flame slashing the shit out of the title card. He just cuts a Z in the screen.
With a jaguar noise.
With
Yes.
yeah, of course, with a jaguar noise.
Yeah.
We gotta wake that audience up.
Yeah.
Let you know what you're in for.
It gave me some real like
Which-
Dragonheart
I wonder
vibes.
if he's the fox. Why did we get a jaguar?
Why was there a jaguar noise in the first place?
What does the
What
fox
does the fox
say?
say? Yeah.
Yip 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 yip.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Meow 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 meow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Now,
that's
did he-
too
did he
much
now?
for the Z.
No. If there's anyone listening to this at home,
Durka Durka?
please make a cut of the opening of this with those sounds. I want to see it.
Yeah, everybody do their favorite "What does the fox say" sound on the count of 3, all at the same time. No, okay.
I wish I had a fart loaded.
I was going to scream like a goat.
All right. So we get some title card that honestly I was like, whatever movie, it's Zorro. Something about the Mexican Revolution and Don Julio or Don Raphael.
Don Amici.
Interesting thing
Amici.
about that, I did actually look it up. The date was correct.
Yeah.
All the stuff was correct up until the point that they mentioned Don Rafael Montero. He's not actually a real historical
Yes.
figure.
So they knew how to use Ask Jeeves
Oh yeah,
Or
it's
Lycos.
the 90s.
or Lycos.
Well, yeah, they this is
Now you're
based
picking
on
it back.
some real events with some.
I mean, 1998.
some real
Yahoo
people.
was there.
Yeah.
But I also it just occurred to me that this is pretty fitting for the movie because it's like awesome action with roaring fires. Now you have to
Jaguar.
read. Like that's pretty much how I felt about a lot of this
from a
movie.
simpler time when you had to like read things.
So we got just a plaza full of Spanish bad guys or just pulling people out of the crowd for firing squad execution times. You got these two kids. You got Alejandro and Joaquin. They're supposed to be at the mission, but they're too busy like peeping Tom through like some guy's cart to, watch for Zorro.
It's the Undertaker's cart.
Yeah, and we cut to Governor Raphael just blasting some cocaine in his nose, freshening up for the to go
Listen, everybody knows
confront
that.
the
Yeah, it's
protest.
the powder room.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that Raphael is cool but rude, Joe.
So his number one minion, who is definitely not a party dude, just comes up and like talks to him about something. The governor's like, here's some land grants. You're like, okay, some story, I don't know. And then he goes and like, he goes out to the crowd and he's just like, yes, kill those fucking 3 strangers that we pulled out of the crowd because he wants Zorro to appear.
Wait, what if everything in this movie was exactly the same except all the Spanish soldiers were minions?
Like from
Like DreamWorks or whatever was it? Was it DreamWorks? The Minions characters.
Illumination. I
don't think anything changes.
I would scream and jump out the window.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
watch
think
it again.
I don't think anything really would change in this movie.
It really wouldn't.
I don't know. They're a little more competent than Minions, I think.
Okay. I've never seen any of those films, so I really don't.
The Spanish soldiers didn't really.
That smells, Joe.
They were just background.
It doesn't even smell bad. It just smells unfortunate.
You gave him an Dunkaroos.
That's the 3 empanadas I had for lunch.
Okay.
Off.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know.
Went with the themed lunch.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a Franken meal that I do not feel proud about.
I just was thinking. I don't know.
The meal
Joe's
was pieced together from a bunch of other dead meals.
It was pieced together from a bunch of separate franchises. Yeah.
Was the thing that brought the meal back to life the microwave, or did you actually raise it to the roof?
No,
lightning?
the thing that brought it back
That's
to
not
it's
good.
it's being brought back to life in my intestinal tract right now.
Yeah, the thunder's coming out of him later.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna be Igor's gonna be flying out in pieces.
All right. So either way,
What the hell?
you're like, oh no, I wonder if this is going to cause Zorro to appear, and then Zorro appears, and he's just like, hey, Zorro, swashbuckle, and the Spanish guards are like,
Zorro's Italian.
Yeah, this movie should be called the spare tire of Zorro.
the Spanish guards are just like, we'll just run at him, and like one by one get
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah, they're like, wait, is that 60-year-old Anthony Hopkins?
But he sure enough fucks these useless guards up.
He
And
humiliates them. It was just.
but the governor had a plan, because he had a squad of guys with rifles,
Tony.
waiting on the rooftop. But these kids are like, yeah, we'll murder these guys, just push a statue down on them.
Yeah.
But they do we'll jump away from the statue to our deaths, just fall through stairs and whatnot.
Gotta choose how you're gonna go sometimes.
There's a lot of farts going off in this room right now.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah, it's working its way around the table.
It's like hiccups, but from the other end.
So Zorro does some monkey bar style swinging and jumps into the governor's room, cuts a Z in his neck, and is like,
Not lethal. Just
yeah,
piss him off.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to say goodbye and gloat and,
I'm an
embarrass
idiot.
you and leave.
Yeah, he's like announcing his retirement.
Yeah, because the governor's going away because Santa Anna's coming to, take over.
And does that mean it's gonna be better?
I don't know.
I'm confused. Like, why do you think you wouldn't need Zorro anymore? I'm just
Well, like he basically the Don guy, he set it up so that it couldn't be better because he was basically like, well, make you all rich. You're going to be in charge of all these things, and you're going to be corrupt from the get-go. So even though the Mexican independence went through, it was
Santa Anna is corrupt, and
Yeah.
he will go along with you guys being.
It's going to kill everyone at the Alamo.
so still gonna need Zorro. Basically, is the whole
No, I was under the impression Santa Anna was. I don't want to call him the good guy here exactly, but like a not corrupt politician or whatever, and they were just dicking him over left and right.
Oh no!
definitely dicking him over. It doesn't mean he's not corrupt. My assumption is that and now that I've had a minute to think about it, like I assume the retirement is more because I have a daughter now,
Yes.
and
Oh yeah,
No, he
part's pretty
was
obvious.
called back by the throne of Spain.
All the governors were leaving because the revolt was happening.
Yeah, Santa Anna, from what I had read, was there was more to his name, but I can't remember. He was basically like the guy who started the revolution, so he was like the freedom fighter from Mexico.
Right. But what was explained in the movie was that
And
he'll,
what I'm talking about.
yeah, the thing that we're actually talking about, the movie, in the movie,
Yeah,
it is explained that when the governor's gone and Santa Anna comes in and takes power, he will still recognize the Don's administrative function in collecting the money for the government, and
Well, yeah, but I
Santa
don't think
Anna
that was him being corrupt. I think they were like, I've set it up so even if he, takes over or whatever or does his thing, like you guys should still be cool.
because he knows where the money's at.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was phrased as.
So
Maybe
we're
I
caring
guess.
about
I
this
don't know.
way more than the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was just asking, like, why did he feel the need to retire? And my
Well,
answer
that
He
was-
dropped
yeah.
balls first on a horse from like 30 feet in the air.
yeah, I answered my own question ultimately, and you
'cause
guys
he-
were
he was an older guy. He had a baby. Like they said it. You don't have
Yeah.
to question it.
No, well, but
His
I'm
wife
stupid.
even said, like, stop fucking going out there.
I'm
You're getting
stupid,
hurt.
and my stupid brain didn't catch up to that.
All right.
Like it takes a minute to get past
All
all the
right.
dick jokes in my head.
So
it's like walking through a cobwebby attic, but
And
all
someone-
yeah, if you
someone's
everywhere.
constantly yelling "Gert."
yeah,
yeah.
like just Gert.
Yeah, I know. Someone in your brain that needs to get the words out of your mouth is wading through a whole like chest high level thing of cum. If you just
Yeah.
clear that out,
Yeah,
then you could just.
but there's poop on top of the cum. It's like floating.
That's actually the,
And the bottom is like stepping on Legos.
Yeah, it's really painful and sticky.
Hey, but I'm not eating.
So,
Yeah, we're not eating.
when you're Zorro, you're just
make
able to
cupcake?
land like dick first on a horse. Well, that Zorro is. New Zorro is not. But anyway,
well,
Yeah, if you knew Zorro, you land dick first
get
in
to
a
that.
horse.
In a horse,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
so
Cupcake. Please?
either way,
Thank you.
he rides off to the Zorro cave, which is in the most obvious location
It's the
ever.
Fox Cave, Joe.
I'm sorry, the Fox cave.
God.
But it's like why hasn't anyone found your secret lair when it's just like, hello, I have this giant waterfall with a secret lair
under my house.
under my house.
Or, I'm sorry, my village.
Because he put a sign out front that said, "Sorry, no gold here."
The Bat Cave, this is not. So
I'm glad you mentioned that because I did basically come to the conclusion that Zorro is Mexican Batman.
Yeah.
mean,
oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you sweet summer child! I just want to pack your little cheeks with Dunkaroos.
I mean, they were tasty,
he means
so you
his
can.
balls.
In my balls.
Not
I do
interested
call
in
them
that.
Dunkaroos. every time my wife gets home, like, hey,
Nope.
you don't just eat, you Dunkaroos. And she asked me to leave.
I forgot that was a slogan.
Every time.
Yeah, every time.
So
Well, sometimes it's like Jazz flying out of the house in The Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I don't even have the key to the house anymore. I have to ask to be let in.
Sometimes he just has to wait outside in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so he says to his horse that his horse is getting too old. And he goes upstairs and meets his lady Esperanza. And, they're talking to the daughter. And then they're like, no, we're going to make so many babies, like 400 babies.
Yeah, the
They're
daughter's
going to
a
run
baby
so
at this
fast, they're
point.
going to get deported to Kenya. And then
Kenya.
Governor Cockblock shows up. He's like, I may be going to Spain, but first I'm going to come here and shoot you.
again, just the eternal thing of like, oh, I love you so much, and we're so happy. I'm definitely gonna live forever. Like, just no.
Well, he's got 2 weeks left till he retires.
I mean,
No, her. I mean, like, she's
Well, she just joined the force.
yeah,
I believe what they actually said was, "I want to spend my lifetime loving you."
yeah.
So, yeah, Governor Cockblock and his men show up, and it's a pretty decent little sword fight on the stairs till one of the guys trying to help out his boss here just tries to shoot at Diego and fucking blasts Esperanza.
What a dick!
Yeah.
So the governor just stabs that dude dead.
I mean,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, because the one thing with the governor here is he loves, well, Esperanza he thinks is his, and she's not, but he loves her. He loves his daughter.
Yeah, I guess she was like a old girlfriend or whatever, or some kind of. They had some kind of connection, but
They broke up.
She-
in high
Yeah,
school.
no,
she
that's
chose-
Not, I don't think that's how it worked back then.
He really he doesn't use the stereotypical bad guy moves till the very end with his daughter.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a standout bad guy in that regard. He actually seems to care about his daughter and
Yeah.
this woman who he's decided is his wife,
Yeah.
or should have been
Well,
his wife.
Well, yeah, it's also not his daughter.
Isn't that he cares
But
about
it's the
his
daughter he should have had.
It's yes.
That there's that, and then there's also like he explicitly says like I'm going to take everything that you hold dear,
Yeah.
implying like I'm also doing this because now you know that your daughter isn't going to be brought up thinking that she's your daughter.
Well, that's the reason why he did it. But I think he like it shows
He
later on
genuinely
in the
thought
movie.
she should have been his
Yeah.
daughter because her mother should have been
Wow.
his
yeah, it was a
wife.
combination.
I would have
of
just
those
played
things.
the long game and just eventually banged his daughter.
Well, were he a werewolf, he would have just immediately imprinted.
Yeah,
on
imprint
her,
on her.
and then
That's yeah.
yeah.
Her,
So
her little CGI face would have scrunched up and went or whatever the hell. I've
It's a
never-
great
I've never
noise.
seen it.
I've
Those
never seen it
movies.
either.
so
I just know it's terrible.
either way, in the fracas, some candles get like tipped over, and
Candles.
everyone's like, "Yeah, fuck it," you know.
Yeah.
We could put this out, but
Yeah,
we're
well,
not
that's
going
fire.
to.
Who cares?
So
Why would we?
It's just, we're man. We have dominion over fire.
so they take Diego
We'll
away
put
in the
that out
cage.
anytime.
Oh, that's it. No, Diego goes to like get his daughter, and then the Don Raphael knocks him on the head with the sword, immediately
Gives him the old
incapacitating
bonk, yeah.
him.
Hits him on his Staples Easy button.
Yeah.
Which we just established. Every character in this movie has a Staples Easy button on the back of their head that that knocks them out.
Yeah.
And so Diego wakes up.
Huh.
He's in a cage. Don Raphael has his daughter. His house is burning down. He's like, I'm taking this. I'm going to Spain. Fuck off. And he's out. And it cuts to 20 years later as we see Antonio Banderas.
Is 20 days older.
He's 20 days older. And his brother, Joaquin. And they're getting dragged by this other guy on a horse.
And I'm sorry, but they just look like Cheech and Chong.
They do. A little bit.
Except the other guy's too tall to be.
I mean, they're dirty and Hispanic. Who can tell them apart?
I did not say that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you want me to stop eating?
Moving on.
That's why we want you to start eating.
They show up at some
This is
town.
what happens when Rob's not putting food in his face.
That's right. That's right. Lesson learned.
So they show up at this town to collect the bounty for these the Antonio Banderas and his brother Joaquin and Alejandro are are brothers. They're outlaws. There's a $20,000 bounty on them, and so they're like, this other guy, 3-Fingered Jack, who's like got them arrested. He brings them over to the guards, and he's like, check it out. I'm gonna turn him in. And then, surprise, surprise, this whole thing was to, I guess, get the guards out of the town and steal their strongbox.
It is not clear.
Yeah, so...
No, that does seem to be the goal.
Yep.
I don't know why the ruse started way before they got into the town.
Yeah, that I didn't understand.
But
So a whole column of guards get clotheslined by like 2 people with a rope.
That's
Playing
'cause they're
double dutch.
stupid.
Yeah. And they take all of these Spanish soldiers, strip them naked, and tie them to a cactus.
I mean, I haven't seen that in any other movies as far as I'm aware.
Men at Work, pretty much.
Yeah, that Men at Work, it was a merry-go-round,
Yeah.
but
Same principle. Though.
Yeah.
yeah, I
It's
thought that
effective.
was clever. That's a
No, it's fine. I don't have
being in
anything
a
here.
desert.
I mean, that's like
especially.
it's kind of like some David Fincher shit there. Like,
Uh,
isn't that how one of the people in Seven went out?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that bad until Antonio starts going up behind him and like tickling him right between the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Until they, once they get.
So those guys presumably die either of being pricked by a cactus or
In the
exposure.
exposure to being
Combination of
pricked in the
both. Yeah.
No, it was tuberculosis. Killed all 3.
There were a bunch of guys tied to those
Okay,
cacti.
killed all of them.
Either
like
way.
7 or something.
Yeah. So now I'm picturing if we had like art for each episode, the art for this episode would be like the 5 of us naked, handcuffed to like a giant.
Why imagine it?
to
Let's
be
make it
this-
happen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. And Antonio Banderas sneaking up.
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, Freudian slip there. Antonio, sex man, Tickling,
That did not make it better.
tickling Rick's ballsack.
Um,
So the cactus pokes him, he pokes back.
so they're like riding away, like so proud of themselves, and fucking they just run into this like cavalry platoon. And the first thing I see when I see the guy leading it, I'm like, that is a fucking Blondor. And Blondor just opens fire. He doesn't, there's no engaging in dialogue or whatever.
He was a good shot.
Hey, what are you going to say?
Shoots the shit out of, Three Finger Jack, shoots his brother. Alejandro's like, brother, I can save you. And fucking Joaquin just punches him in the face. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And, but his brother has the Zorro necklace that Zorro gave him 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That we forgot about.
Yeah.
And he drops that when he dies. Yeah, I know what Cheech and Chong look like, John. Thank you.
I was kind of confused as to. Okay, yeah.
Joe
all right.
said he had Empanada City. He knows what Cheech and Chong look like.
I was kind of confused why that necklace was left in the sand.
Mhm. Yeah, why?
It's a giant piece
I mean,
of silver.
gotten it,
Not
but
one
yeah,
soldier
that's-
would have taken that.
I honestly, I thought Blondor was going to be a much cooler bad guy by this introduction. Like, like he was going to be like a sharpshooter, like hunter kind of guy.
Oh, no.
Well-
you can't be that cool.
I thought we were going to get a real Predator. Instead, we got a real Alien versus Predator.
He was definitely a psychopath.
I guess.
Yeah.
He liked drinking bro juice. Who doesn't?
Well, so did Zorro Jr., but we'll get to that scene.
All right. So,
Tastes like family.
what's his name? Alejandro. He grabs the Zorro amulet and he goes, skulking away. And then Blondor goes and just meets some guy in a black cloak on a boat. And you're like, okay, what's up, random black cloak man? And
It's
then
not as sexy as it sounds.
Yeah, one scene later, they just reveal it's Governor Raphael. Like, I left the movie 5 minutes ago. Now I'm back. Like, why did we even have a cloak on me? And he's looking for Diego, who he threw in a prison years ago, but apparently didn't, bother to write down where he put him.
Well, I think the big reveal was just to show that, like, he's got gray hair now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, look, the aging technology.
So,
Yeah, something like
Baby powder.
Yeah.
so
In
yeah,
the hair.
basically, he shows
not
up at this
just a
jail,
customer.
and he's like, well, I'm back to do some shady shit in California, so I better kill Diego now. But, everyone in that prison's like, I'm Zorro, and he's like, well, I'm not going to kill everyone here, so fuck
for
it,
Vendetta.
I'm leaving.
Which, why?
I don't.
Why not?
Wait, what?
So,
Well, it hasn't stopped him before. Just fucking kill everybody.
That is a good point. Just kill all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a prison where all these people are probably super sick and malnourished anyway. It's like,
And you were, to try and get Zorro, you already almost killed like 3 random people from the crowd.
Yeah.
So just fucking...
I mean, yeah, like, if he's like, my records show one of these people is Zorro, just kill them all. No one's going to give a fuck.
I've already proven I have no regard for human life.
Yeah.
although I think maybe in that case, it would have denied him the satisfaction of killing the person he knows is Zorro, like gloating.
It's like, is it James Bond supervillain?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh no, you can't gloat, but you'll live happily ever after? Oh my.
But he won't.
Well, and he's weird.
I'll tell you
'Cause
right
later
now,
on
not
in the movie-
doing that, he won't either.
He has the opportunity to kill Diego again later in the movie, and he's just like, nah, I'll just put him in a room.
It's a real
Forget
Batman
about
Joker
him.
situation.
I
It's
guess.
like,
Yeah, it is kind of
I
a...
can't live without you.
It's a whole lot of stupid egos going like, I don't want you to die.
So either way,
I want to spend my lifetime
Fucking-
hating you.
what's his name here? Diego. The guards mistake this other guy who looks fairly Diego-esque, and they killed that dude, and they're about to take him away. So Diego, like, he's in this room with one guard, and he sneaks up behind him and does like a Rutger Hauer, touch your throat in an unacceptable manner so you die move. Takes the keys, drags that guy in a cell with the dead dude.
We were so close to having a Roadhouse moment there. I feel it.
He is really like the master of the single hand chokeout, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's right. He could have just gone for the full trachea pull,
Could've.
but it's a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If Rodriguez were in charge,
Oh yeah, they would.
Yeah.
it'd be just blood everywhere.
You know what we could have gone without? Fucking using black powder to blow open your manacles.
Yeah, I
No, it
found
would have
that
happened.
questionable.
It would have happened, but it would have blown his leg off too. So
Probably.
the whole rest of the
I mean,
movie would
it might have
like
burned his leg, but
No, it would have blown his
he
leg
gotta.
off.
He
It
just
would've-
poured it in the lock.
No, he
like
would
it's
have
just
had a
gonna burn.
gory stump the rest of the film.
Oh yeah.
So I have a story
Okay.
that will demonstrate, I hope, how
For our listeners, just in case it suddenly cuts to a different part of the podcast, that means I had to cut everything Brick is about to say out.
Okay, so
you wouldn't all become stupider.
well,
Or
so
grossed out.
Or
so
for
this
legal
is a
reasons.
public service announcement. Do not do this at home.
Okay.
We once had access to a copper mine. Rob's shaking his head.
I'm pretty sure multiple people at this table are shaking.
Okay. So we wanted to get access to the copper mine from my friend's house instead of down the road. So we were like, well, we don't want to dig because we're lazy. So let's blow it open.
Brick is a dwarf, by the way. His friends and family are all dwarves. They live in mines. More goblins.
Diggy hole. So I didn't want to dig. So we were going to blow it open. What do we have that is explosive? We have gasoline and we have
12-year-old
bullets.
Minecraft memes.
So we were like, what are we going to do to get this to blow a hole in the ground? Put it in a pot, put some gasoline in the pot, put the bullets in the gasoline, and then light it on
So
fire.
if you
with a
haven't
paper
been
towel.
paying attention so far, Brick's parents have let their children have access to a copper mine without supervision, an abandoned copper mine
Right.
somewhere near the property.
They didn't
I think
know.
gas-
They knew where it was.
Gasoline
Yeah,
and-
it's pretty clear his parents were not around.
and
Oh, yeah,
bullets.
no.
Like at all.
They were not.
That's
even
what I'm
on
saying.
that
Gross
street.
negligence.
Yeah, in the dwarven community, this is actually like a big after-school special.
It's
that
a
they
rite of
show.
passage into the copper mine.
But in fairness, though, to John, this was the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
you were just allowed to roam.
Well, early
Yeah.
90s at that point, but
Yeah.
like so where I'm going with this to bring it all home, it didn't do anything. It didn't even make like an indentation in the dirt because there was no contained. It didn't do anything. So the gunpowder in the lock was just blowing out the side of the lock. It would have heated up the lock, but it wouldn't have actually blown up the lock.
That's what I'm saying. Gunpowder, you have to pack into a vessel
Yeah.
to get it to explode.
Well,
That's
so-
a
I
problem
mean,
for you
like,
guys.
the-
Strap the fuck in because it's gonna get way
Oh,
dimmer
yeah.
before
I
this
mean,
is over.
from the camera angle, it honestly looked like he just farted the lock off.
Well, apparently,
The
like,
face he made
Yeah.
was an
It
uncomfortable
was like
part.
head on.
and it was weird too because it was like he had the keys to his handcuffs,
Yeah.
but not the manacles. I guess those are on different keys.
That
like,
I'm fine with
Extra
that, but it is that thing of like we took the time to have him grab the keys, but oh, what do you know? They don't work because there's gunpowder. Why just do it in a normal way when we could blow it up with
Yeah, where you get
gunpowder?
all those joints anyway? Do you have those on him the whole time?
those are
the guard
prepared
did.
shots.
Oh, those are shots. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like he
Those
had a
were
bunch.
wads.
Well, yeah, that is the correct.
It looked
I
like a
wasn't
bunch of
sure
dudes.
what those were. Yeah. That's
Yeah, you
Yes, they
would
did.
in days of yore where you had to actually put powder into the rifle to fire it. You would have a pre-measured amount and the musket ball.
Hence the term "shot his watch."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. The more you know.
I don't know if that's actually true.
I'll
think it
take
is.
it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he pretends to be the guy that just died, and these two dumbasses wrap him in a blanket and carry him out and bury him.
This guy's heavy and breathing. Just throw him in the dirt.
Fuck it, bury him. He
whatever.
ain't gonna be breathing for long.
Paycheck's a paycheck.
But apparently, like, he just knew how long to stay buried because Diego just burst forth from the ground. I mean, at least he had a
When
knife
you're
to get out
about
of
to
the
die,
sack.
try to get out.
Oh, I didn't, so here's the thing. You had to read an extra comic to actually learn all this extra lore.
This is directed by Michael Bay.
No, actually, so Diego is actually half Tremors.
Oh, he's a graboid.
His father was a graboid, and his mother was a fox. And so, yeah.
So, all right, Diego's a foxoid. And,
We are.
either way,
More
he gets out of
interesting
the
thing,
ground.
how did they not realize we shouldn't be taking out a dead body wearing shoes?
No, how often do you look at a man's shoes? We went over this in Shawshank
When I'm
Redemption.
picking up your legs, I'm going to
Dude,
notice
this was
your
not
shoes.
directed by Tarantino.
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino.
There you go.
Jesus, okay. That name was. Whew. I was about to say Michael Fassbender.
I mean, it still would have been correct, but
Oh yeah,
it wouldn't have been
But go ahead.
relevant.
Am I like rubbing off on you? Or are you catching like Brick's ability to
Why
not
do
know who
you
people
want to
are?
rub off on me?
Do you want me to rub off on you?
Do not play that game. Because you two will just end up fucking on this table before we leave.
That sounds like more your problem than mine.
All right. You've been warned.
Now, you heard what they said about us eating. What do you think poor ass is going to say about us? Just man fucking on a table. Eat a pile of snacks.
Those slapping sounds that were our cheeks processing food are going to be different cheeks
To be fair,
processing.
it'll probably be a lot shorter.
It will.
Endless sloppy.
It will end a lot quicker.
A lot more brief.
No.
Oh, done. Okay. All right, it's over.
So, all right, back to the movie.
Everybody
Freaking
grab a towel. Time to clean up.
Don Raphael, the new governor, shows up in California. He goes up to all the citizens there, and they're like, he's like, don't clap, don't patronize me. You don't like me, but I'm gonna, I gotta be cool. I promise. And
I will say, this whole movie, I did have a problem with that. Of every time we heard California, I'd either think from The Wiz.
That's you, though. That's not the movie's problem.
No, I know. Or because of his accent, I would think of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
no, wait, now, was that movie called The Wiz or was it The
No,
Wizard?
it was The Wizard.
The Wizard.
The Wizard.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
because The Wiz is
The
the
Wiz
one.
is something else.
Yeah, that's the Motown
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
With Michael Jackson. You want
Whatever the
you wanna be
hell's
concerned
infected
about that for
us.
different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the hell has infected us so we can't talk.
Okay.
I don't
So,
know.
Fun.
So
either way,
So about the accents, though,
Spirit of
why
Mr. B.
were the
Natural.
two main characters like I'm from England?
The two main
We
characters?
yeah,
I didn't
they
catch that.
they came from Spain, but they both had not Spanish accents.
You talking about Antonio Banderas?
I think
No,
he's
the-
talking
the
about
Don
Sir Anthony
Oh,
Hopkins
yeah.
and Governor Raphael.
Well, Sir Anthony Hopkins is, I believe, British, right?
Oh, I
Well,
know.
Description.
It
And-
just like
And the other guy, I think you were just being insensitive and not hearing correct.
oh,
Or it could just be that, yes, he is not Spanish.
It could also very well be.
It is
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
We might as well have had.
See, this was from a time where they just made movies to make movies and not
Yeah.
so much worry about, who they were hurting or offending.
All right. So Diego's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, fucking Don Raphael. But then like Catherine Zeta-Jones rounds out and she's like, I'm hot, and he's like, oh my god, it's my daughter. Oh my god,
she's
she's hot. I can't deal. I gotta go.
And the whole audience was like, damn, she's hot.
I can't kill a man with a boner. Damn it.
Yeah. Fuck. It would be wrong to kill a man with a protuberance such as that.
So yeah, he just fucks off. He's got to process what happened.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, yeah.
So cut to Antonio
Sometimes I get a little
Banderas.
too worked up and I'm like, oh, baby, wait, I gotta go process for a minute.
He said it and he
Get a
fucked off.
washcloth.
He fucked off and he fucked off.
Yeah.
You know, I like to leave a
Maybe.
little bit to the imagination, Robert.
Okay.
So anyway, cut to Antonio Banderas drunk at a bar. He's about to sell the Zorro amulet for more whiskey. When he sees Captain Blondor, he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna kill that guy." And then Anthony Hopkins shows up and is like, "No, that dude's a professional, and you're a drunk, and he's gonna kick your ass."
also don't sell that for whiskey. You ingrate.
Finally, I will fight you instead and just fuck you up.
He's like, that's a genuine Zorro. You can get like
You fought him with a
30
stick.
pesos for that on.
Get at least 3 whiskeys.
Z-Bay.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a Hispanic eBay, but it didn't happen. Z-Bay is not it.
So either way, like Alejandro's like, "Why are you such a badass?" And Diego's like, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make you cool so you can get revenge. Let's forge an alliance and go back to the Fox Cave or the Bat Cave." and we'll swing on ropes and poke each other with swords, and you'll become a badass.
And
It'll
clean
just-
up all of the
shoot
fire
ropes.
damage that happened
Indeed.
here 20 years ago, which probably
We'll
wouldn't
just-
have molded over at all.
We'll just train in the shattered remains of my former life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we
with his corpse of his dead horse.
Oh.
Still in the stuff. Like, what happened to his horse?
Actually, 20
What happened to
years,
his wife?
Like, what would happen? Well,
His wife died.
His wife is dead.
Yeah.
No, but
She
like,
burned in the house. I thought that they left
yeah,
her in the
is
house.
she just up there?
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Are they like?
ashes
Are they like? Yeah, are they like 20 feet away from her skull?
I assume that Governor Fuckface had his little goons take the body out.
yeah, she's
before-
probably
How-
buried
yeah.
buried on his property or something.
yeah.
She's probably buried in Spain.
Yeah.
Governor Don Raphael Fuckface
Now,
took the body.
now was tornado, whirlwind? Which My Little Pony? I don't know which
Whirlwind.
My Little Pony.
The tornado burned to death in the.
Well,
in
that's
the
what I'm saying.
Fox
What
game.
happened to his
Oh yeah,
original
he burned.
horse?
He burned to death.
Just
He
burned to
burned
death. All right.
He burned to death. He might have been eaten after. I don't know, but he burned to death.
Blondor has his head in a jar.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a big head jar of piss with a horse head in it. Like,
Yeah, actually, you know how we thought he had a mullet? You just that was just the tail.
The horse tail.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
Sorry.
Let's talk montage. I know it's 1998. The heyday of the montage is gone, but we got some swinging on ropes. We got some swinging swords at each other. We got push-ups over candles.
It's a real pitiful swinging on ropes, if I'm honest.
Oh yeah. That nothing about that parkour is hardcore.
No, I liked the rest of the montage, but that swinging on the ropes was a little like.
I feel like that's the downside to him wanting to do his own stunts. It's like, I'll do it. Not gonna be impressive.
It's like you are not allowed to pass from this foot here to the next foot unless you at least touch this rope dividing the two.
Yeah, like not now, but I feel like in 1998 I could have done everything he did there, and it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been any more impressive.
Minus maybe some of the
Except you
buckling
would
of
have had an
swashes.
asthma attack afterwards.
That's
Well,
how I broke
during.
my coccyx.
Or during.
Yeah.
That's how I bent my Wookiee.
So
And don't forget, they did reveal what the symbols were on that giant hunk of silver. It was a
circles.
circle.
Yeah,
It's a
Sword
master
circle.
circle.
Yeah.
It's soul circle.
You have to keep lessening the circle till somehow the guy you're looking for revenge on is in the middle of it.
Till it's a
I forgot to
smaller
look
circle.
look up to see if that's actually like a.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
I don't know, but no, it's not.
It might be.
All right.
That's pretty basic type
So-
shit.
What do we think of the montage?
It was fine.
Passable.
Yeah.
All right. So
Again, the ropes were ridiculous, but everything else was fine.
all right.
Well, this.
I don't understand why there was no whip action happening because I wanted to see the whip action.
We got a little bit of whip, but
Well, not
we
then.
we saw Anthony Hopkins alone
Yeah.
whip action.
yeah.
Whipping it all
all
by
right,
himself.
so-
Yeah, he was
for
just
Zorro-
So
Whipping it
Zorro,
good.
whipping.
Zorro
Whips it
Jr.
good.
was being trained in his bachelor's degree, and the master's degree graduated
Well,
two different
So,
weapons.
you know who has to teach you how to use the whip?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
The Zorro the Gay Blade.
Michelle Pfeiffer
Or the,
as Zorro the Gay Blade.
Well,
We'll do
That'd be a
a
better
gender
movie.
swap.
but if I recall,
I'm into
Zorro was always the rapier, but the Gay Blade was the whip,
Yeah.
and he wore purple.
I also yeah.
So anyway,
Was that movie a satire? Like I remember
Yes,
Yes.
it very much.
I never
was.
made it very far in that
Yeah,
movie.
I remember seeing it. When
Were
I
they
was
trying to
little.
say that the whip was the gay blade because it's not straight?
Princess Bride?
They were.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Zorro the Gay
There's a
Blade
movie
with
called
George
Zorro the
Hamilton?
Gay
Oh,
Blade. Yeah.
okay, never mind. I'm
Orange
sorry.
ass
You
George
caught it.
Hamilton, with a whip.
And it.
Tony, are you okay?
I think
No.
basically Zorro just had a sick day.
It was a BDSM reference.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was weird, but I didn't I was too young to understand.
I thought he was farting too. He was reaching
Yeah,
for
it's
the
just-
fridge.
This little raccoon just
What?
sneaking
What says
from the pantry.
Ghostbusters on it?
That would be Ecto Cooler.
Oh.
Would you like an ecto cooler, John?
To go with your Dunkaroos.
Because you're my friend, I will let you have one of my ecto coolers in the can.
In the can.
I don't think you understand how big that is.
I mean, I'm not. I'm gonna take it. I know what.
Yeah,
You know.
It is very expired, but it's all sugar. So
Yeah, it's not gonna. Nothing's changed about it.
Because yeah.
Well, it might be solid sugar now.
I'm not sure I can do the rest of this other thing. That,
Is it a little
which-
too limey for you?
Which I will
yes, it is.
just inform you, because I totally forgot until this all came up, which is weird that it did. But yeah, the reason I had Dunkaroos not that long ago is because I had some Ecto-Cooler, a can of Ecto-Cooler left over. That some semen in his glass. I don't know.
Whatever vodka thing you gave John has a lot of.
It's got fruit in it. It's
Sediment.
fruit sediment.
All right, but
That's not what it looks like from here.
It's not what it looks like.
But you'll taste it. You'll know the difference.
I got a can of Ecto Cooler, some Dunkaroos, and I watched the season finale of the new DuckTales show to see if I can actually travel back in time.
Did it work?
How did it work? You're still here.
I passed out for a moment.
Okay.
Well, you didn't put the crystals in and ride the T-bar. Those.
That's what I forgot.
Did you charge the crystal at least?
No.
So anyway, Rob, I'm going to serve you up an easy one here.
Okay.
This is a fill in the blank question. Lesson 1 is never attack in anger. What was lesson 2?
Oh, shit.
You should know this one.
Never.
It's a problem you're dealing with currently.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Never rub another man's rhubarb. Never
Nope, that happened in lesson
Never
2.
challenge a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Nope.
You're
dealing with this problem currently. Well,
Oh, erectile dysfunction.
What?
I don't mean right now.
Oh, okay. Your wife doesn't love you anymore. What's lesson number 2?
Lesson number 2 is he smells his armpits and he's like, follow me. And then he's just bathing Antonio Banderas.
Oh, that's right. He smells him.
Yep.
Bath. He sniffed him real good.
Do I smell that bad? Why is that a problem?
Yes.
In fairness, none of us smell like roses.
No,
Like,
especially not right now.
no.
But my rose-scented wine that I pour on my body.
When did I last take a shower?
Let's not say that out loud.
Why don't you tell me this before you knock on my door?
I didn't tell you this. I asked it.
But I'm saying, like, why didn't you tell me you didn't know?
Well, because I don't remember.
You know what?
If the answer is not this morning,
No, it wasn't this morning.
You're
We're clearly
wrong.
not going to put this out for people, right?
okay. All right. Show of hands. Who showers every single day? Let's.
Well,
Are you being for
Hi,
real?
Rob.
I don't sweat.
I don't really either.
No, you just release
I do-
stink from every
On,
orifice.
on occasion, I do miss a day. Like, I have not showered yet today.
God,
I showered yesterday, but
I shower every day I leave the
I
house.
can't
Yeah.
even.
But if I'm,
Well,
I can't.
I have some lazy days at home. Or,
I have a well to look after.
A what?
A well. I'm not on city water.
I
So we're in a drought. Like,
I don't care about your backwoods bullshit. I just.
I get home after working 12 hours, eat dinner, pass
knee
out.
deep in ferret shit.
Yeah, and you just leave it stuck to you. That's
Pass
fine.
out, then wake up too late to do anything in the morning.
Okay.
Still knee deep in ferret shit.
Still covered in ferret shit. Yeah, and then just go dive headfirst into more ferret shit.
I will wake up.
Why bother?
I will
that's
wake
how
up.
he doesn't. That's how he doesn't sweat though. The ferret shit, it wicks moisture away, and it's like
because he's covered in
and it
shit.
clogs his pores.
He's covered in shit like a pig. That's why.
It does vent the heat quite
He's
nicely.
mudded in shit like a pig.
John doesn't shower; he wallows.
Or slophopotamus. I wake up, I shower, I go to work, I come home. Usually I shower again.
well, that's because you were dealing with the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, can we move on?
Rob, when you get as old as I am, it doesn't matter anymore.
I'll start counting the seconds.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
A week?
Or a
A
week.
couple of years.
John's fucking old.
Wait, yeah.
How old are
You
you?
guys forget I was
42, right?
I'm 44,
No,
motherfucker.
I'm 42. He's 44.
I'm
I'm
mature
almost
for my
44.
age.
John's like more than a year and a half. No, John's like a year and a half more than me.
Strike all this. Strike all this.
Why?
I don't know if they want their
Because you're the
age out
baby at
there.
the table?
They don't want to listen to old men.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to listen to anything.
Yeah,
we're
because the
saying.
minute they're like, all right, they're fat, they're nerdy, and they're old, I'm shutting this
Oh,
off.
that's the feather?
That's the
Shutting
one
this
that's
off.
gonna push it
That's
across the
straw.
line.
All right, good.
Okay, can we?
I think Aren't you the one closest to me in age here?
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah.
Oh,
He's
no.
2 months
By a
older
few
than
months,
me,
Yeah.
and then you're like a year and a half older than
Also,
me.
just to clarify,
You're
that
all my little brothers.
So I'm just a couple of months behind you.
that is not the feather. When he said "fuck it" and ate another cupcake in front of the mic, that was the feather.
That was
but-
Rob's cupcake. That was it.
Yeah, my cupcake, not the Dunkaroos, not everything else
Well,
I've said.
it was eating on. No, everything else you said is definitely the actual problem. But
Watch
oh
our
my god, this is going to be
skyrocket.
2 hours.
S is
So-
for skyrocket.
Yes,
Can we move on?
sure.
S is for sure.
We got to steal a horse.
I just want to end.
All right.
How's that
So
crypto cooler, by the way?
we'll,
Fabulous.
Good.
can we move on?
You tell me.
Well, I'm trying.
You gotta just push through it, John.
Okay, I'm just gonna start talking, and you guys can talk, and I'll just keep relaying what's happening to you.
Welcome to my world.
Okay, so yeah, we have to steal a horse. So he sees a horse that he likes, this big black one. He like he takes off what little clothes the horse had on it. He puts those around his face, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go sneak in at night and ride you."
It's like at a Greek wedding. He takes off the horse's garter belt, puts it on, and he slips in a note that says, "I like you. Do you like me? Check one."
I'll see you tonight.
Yeah. Stamp your
He
hoof
does
once for
actually
yes.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it true what they say about black horses?
So this horse sucks, and it never redeems itself. I mean,
Well-
it's a badass, but it's like
It like barely shows up throughout the rest of
it
the
has
movie.
no intention of being his horse.
Yeah.
So he goes and he takes
It's
it,
a horse.
and it's like, "Fuck you, dude!" It's running around everywhere, and then it just like smashes through a door into the barracks where he's stealing it from.
See, I interpreted that very differently. Every time that the horse misbehaved, it's like, I am not your steed, I am your partner. Because every time it did that, it fucked up a whole bunch of people who deserve to get fucked up.
I interpreted it as it's a wild horse.
Yeah, it's a lone
That was
Wild
part of
horses
it.
do.
it's a lone wolf horse. It's going to do what it wants to do.
Yeah.
It's a vigilante, but it works alone.
It hadn't been properly broken yet.
So it properly breaks like everything in this fucking barracks.
Yeah.
And then we get a halfway decent bit of swashbuckling here as Antonio Banderas fights an entire castle garrison.
And we get one of two puppet scenes in the film, which I appreciated. The horse legs puppet.
Oh yeah,
It was very brief. It was a blink and you miss it moment, but
kicked the shit out of some
it
dudes.
did kick the shit out of some dudes.
So then this giant man shows up, and he's just beating the fuck out of Antonio Banderas, and he throws him into the cannon room. Antonio Banderas grabs two cannonballs.
Sure, why not?
It smashes every fucking tooth this guy has out of his mouth. And
I called him Mexican Andre the Giant.
Yes.
That would be El Gigante.
yeah, no, he was. This guy was definitely more El Gigante than Andre the Giant.
He was definitely no stranger to having balls slapping in his face.
And rammed into his mouth.
That's right.
So he turns around,
Smashing his teeth.
spits all his teeth out.
Looking like Orville
Falls over.
Redenbacher's spitting popcorn.
Then fucking Antonio Banderas is just like, yoo-hoo! It is jump cut to the top of the cannon, which he's just sort of sitting atop like a woman would be on a piano crooning a
He
tune.
was straddling
And
that.
magically packed in like 1
Oh yeah,
second.
no, you store cannons fully loaded.
Yeah, you keep your cannons loaded,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Just in case a horse gets out.
Loaded and pointed out towards
Yes,
that's right.
the infantry.
Yeah.
You never know when you need to dog food one of them some bitches.
Yeah.
Safety
So-
last.
Fucking just fires the cannon off in the barracks. Everyone fucks off. He runs away. Chaos is going around everywhere. And he's got to run. So he's going to go hide in the church. So, of course, we get saw this scene coming a mile away where the Padre's just like, "I'm going to shove you in the confession booth where the priest goes." And, of course, Catherine Zeta-Jones is in there. By the way, we saw it before this.
At least it wasn't an altar boy.
Before this chaos started, he ran into her, and they had a little conversation when she was on a horse.
Yeah.
And
Before
so-
he got away, I think he tried to jump off the roof onto the horse and just landed on the ground.
That hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Towards ACL.
now she's like confessing to him about having improper thoughts about this highwayman she ran into. And he's like, no, that's cool. You keep having those.
Yeah.
I got to go. Fucking Captain Blondor shows up and is like, Padre's here. Padre's not in box.
And I was like, what if just another priest?
Yes.
fell out of-
I would have given.
There's no way this
anything
church
for
has two
that.
priests.
Yeah. I would have given anything to
So-
have another priest just be in there.
Another Zorro power. If there's a piece of cloth, you just cut it and teleport.
Yeah.
It's like Dimension Door.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
because he's just on the fucking roof. It's like,
Yeah.
like, what? Where did you go from
He'll
there?
use
How did you
Mexican
get away-
Batman. He
Yeah.
used this grappling.
That's it. That's his smoke bomb, cutting cloth.
yeah.
So, yeah, he's on the roof. He goes to jump on the horse. Horse is like, fuck you, dude. I'm not letting you land on me from up there. Like, that would have broke the fall anyway.
But it would have broke his nuts.
Yeah.
And it would have broke the horse's legs.
Yeah. The horse's back shatters. Antonio Banderas' pelvis explodes. No one goes anywhere. So the horse is like, fuck that. He moves out of the way. So Antonio Banderas is fine from jumping off.
Yeah,
the
he
roof.
lets him fall because that horse was like, motherfucker, if you break your legs, you're just going to hospital. It's not
Yeah.
the same for me.
I'm dog food.
Yeah.
Dang.
At
What you
this
gonna do
point,
about
I-
my spine, Charlie Murphy?
At this point, I had concluded that Zorro Jr. is Mexican Jack Sparrow, played by Jack Black, starring Zorro the parody. Because it was a train wreck of...
Where did Jack Black come into that?
Yeah, what?
Jack Black's the guy from...
We know who Jack.
Yeah.
Well, we know who Jack Black is.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's
I forgot
Let's see
the
if
rules.
he knows.
I forgot the rules. I'm
Nacho
sorry.
Libre.
it is the guy from Nacho.
Okay. Okay.
Not to be confused with Lewis Black, which I did at one point. Very different
That
people.
did happen.
But
Although I would like to see a time where Lewis Black was like, "Do you remember the time I ripped my blouse?"
it's just
Whatever the
the
hell he says.
it's just the like whimsical, jocular dumbitude.
Yeah,
Chacho, I need to borrow your sweats.
orphan chips. Yeah, we get it.
Did you tell him they were the Lord's chips?
The Lord's chips.
I mean,
Man, I want to watch that movie now.
there was a fair amount of
Don't you like
comedy,
the
including
diarrhea
some
since
slapstick,
the Easters?
in the original Zorro stuff that I remember
Indeed.
seeing.
Yeah, it was a silly show. It was. I mean,
But
it was
this
like,
this was over the top, and like
that was also.
I felt like it redeemed itself when it got into the next scene where I wasn't the only person who thought that it was asinine.
This is very much like along the same lines as the Pirates of the Caribbean films. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
oh,
just
yeah.
cut out of the same. Like,
Yeah, the Jack Sparrow part of his analogy was right on point.
yeah, I totally
Yeah.
get that.
This was laying the groundwork for those to become a thing.
All right, so he's like, oh, before I go, I'm going to cut a Z in the walls of the barracks while everyone's burning to death and whatnot.
Including the barracks.
Yeah. And then he runs off. He goes back to the Fox Cave, and fucking Anthony Hopkins is there just whipping candles, just like you do. And then he's like, Dad, look how cool I was. And he's like, take that shit off, and whips like his cape and his hat off.
Fucking made
Whip
me
the mask
embarrassed.
right off his face.
Yeah. And so fucking Alejandro here is like, well, fuck you. I'm going to go. And he's like, well, no, get a weapon. Fight me. So he pulls out his sword. And then, Diego pulls out a spoon. He's like, here's the deal. You got to be charming and go to the ball. I'm going to teach you how to be a charming motherfucker.
I love how quickly Zorro Jr. was just like, okay.
Yes.
Like no argument. All of a sudden he's not mad anymore.
Well, he's like, I don't know what he's going to do with that spoon. So,
Right, yeah.
like, I better go along with whatever he says till he puts that
Genuinely,
down.
I mean, this guy is the legit Zorro. He respects
True.
him. I mean,
Well, and he also, there was the whole thing, like, part of the reason he was annoyed with all this, he was like, you keep, saying I'm not ready, whatever, how long is it going to take? And this is him basically saying, we are another step closer, because you're about to actually, like, go deal with these guys.
You're one step closer to the edge, but you're not about to break.
that's right. Now, however, if you want to do some of these microtransactions, you can fast track yourself to readiness.
It's $5.99, you get 18 gems.
Get the nobleman costume.
Pay
and-
$20 for this loot crate. It may have a full Zorro costume.
Wow.
So, the plan is they got to go to Don Raphael's ball. They got to be charming. He's got to pretend to be a nobleman so that he can get in the secret room with the Dons and find out Don Raphael's plan. Why the fuck it involves a Blondor. And spoiler alert, we never know why it involves a Blondor.
No, he's just there.
Well, yeah, he's just muscle.
He's a mercenary.
Yeah,
He's wearing a U.S. cavalry uniform, so it's
But he
like-
doesn't have U.S. cavalrymen with him.
No, he's just by himself.
I got the impression that he was basically like, I have the opportunity to be a big head honcho in a breakaway country or territory if I play my cards right. So.
He seemed to be a up-and-coming general for whatever army this guy's going to need.
General Mullet.
The Kiss Army.
So,
The Kiss Army.
all right, he goes. They go.
Saddest army of them all.
They go to the ball. They're
But not the smallest.
He's acting like a he's acting like a hoity-toity noble, but he's also
He's doing a
giving the
good job.
sexy eyes to Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I mean, he's Antonio Banderas. I mean,
If he gave me the sexy eyes, I don't think I'd withstand it.
no, he'd be penetrating me.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to dance with him like that, though.
No,
Never gonna do.
we'd be sword fighting with our mutual erection.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It'd be a different kind of dance. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
So I don't think the whole crowd would be watching. I think there'd be much more running for the exits. Yep, that's.
What are you showing him?
John has used the app he always uses to put his face on things.
Oh, okay.
Where him and his girlfriend are Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I'm gonna get an app where I put John's face on things too. That's what I think I'm gonna do.
I mean, if you wait long enough, it'll just happen, John.
I mean, I have Photoshop, so I'll start doing it.
So anyway,
Like in Zootopia, where the elephant is doing yoga, maybe I'll put John's face in it, where the elephant's butthole.
You've
should
watched
have been.
Zootopia?
I've watched it.
it's a good movie.
You watched the Doug cartoon.
I didn't figure Rob for Zootopia.
I watched the Doug cartoon too. Actually, one episode.
Why the fuck are we
You know the
talking
one.
about Doug?
I don't.
No.
No. Oh,
Actually,
no, not that Doug. Doug from Up.
The Doug.
Oh
the
no,
talking
I've
The
never
dog.
seen that. No,
Yeah.
I only watched the old Doug.
I know that one I know
Where
exactly
he's on a
now.
diving
That was
board.
a
Yes.
cartoon?
He takes his
That was
shirt
live
off,
action.
and his body is so fat it just explodes into fat. It's so good. It's so great. He's such a fat.
Such a fat.
So he's at the ball.
So yeah, he's like, all right,
No,
I gotta
no.
charm the Dons.
I know,
I do
doesn't
that,
matter now anyway.
but first I gotta dance all over Catherine Zeta-Jones. He like Captain Blondor's like, I'm gonna dance with you, and he's like, fuck you. Swoops in there, grabs her, fire up the whatever music's. I don't know enough about Spanish music.
It's the
But-
Let's Bang in Public
Yeah, oh
song.
yeah, and they essentially like dry hump on the dance
Yeah,
floor.
it's
They-
like a forbidden dance of some.
yeah.
description,
He's
I'm
like
sure.
throwing her all
Perhaps
over
it
the
was
place.
the tango.
It could be the tango.
It's possible.
It could be the salsa.
So Don Raphael comes over.
It
He's
could
like,
be the chalupa.
"Yo,
Could be the avocado. What are you doing?
Dancing-
What are you doing?
dancing
Stop.
with the chalupa.
It was
Like-
Stop it.
So Don Raphael comes over. He's like, I like the way you dance the chalupa with my daughter. So you're allowed to go to the adult
It
table.
was
Come on,
very-
let's talk about
it was
evil
very
shit.
saucy.
Well, no, he was not happy with it, but he played it off real well. And he was like, actually, it's her fault. She was
Yeah.
coming on to me.
Yeah.
And then she gives him the side eye,
That
like,
dance.
I'm going to kill you and fuck you at the
Yeah.
same time.
That dance was supreme. It had tomatoes.
I'm
and
not
sour
sure the
cream.
order yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm working on it. So anyway,
Now,
the evil plan is we're just gonna buy California,
yeah.
and like they're
With
like,
their own money.
yeah, they're like, how are you going to get the gold to do that? And he's like, I'll show you tomorrow. So we drive out to this like mindset, and you're like, oh my God, this is like a Six Flags stunt show waiting to happen. You're like,
And it sure is.
and when you see it, you just know this whole fucking thing's going to explode later. And like,
it's kinda like all-
swashbuckling's going to happen so hard on this.
It's kind of like all the stimulus checks we got.
Yeah.
It's your own money, but you don't know. Here you go.
Yeah. So
In all likelihood, it is actually probably the money of future generations, but I'm splitting hairs.
Yeah, future generations like next year.
Oh.
So does anyone here not find Catherine Zeta-Jones super hot? Just
I think I forgot who said it, but someone summed it up well, where they're like, "This woman could look elegant in a trash bag."
Yeah.
And,
I'd like to see her in a trash.
yeah, no, I'd be like, yeah, just put her in a trash bag. That's fine.
It's kind of one of those things, and I know I've talked about this before because I had the same problem with Gal Gadot. It's like distracting. Like when she's doing stuff, I'm just distracted.
You're saying she's too hot?
Too hot.
Too hot for you.
TV.
I wouldn't say she's too hot, but she's quite an attractive lady.
Everybody has their own special sauce.
But there's no such thing as too hot.
Yeah, there's a reason they
Just
keep.
tell that to the sun, John.
There's a reason they keep
Fuck
cutting
the sun.
to those shots where it's just like her eyes.
The son of who?
Just the sun.
Whose son are we talking about?
Just Helios itself.
Helios.
Fucking.
I'm gonna.
He'll travel to the center.
I'm gonna edit that though, so it says "your" every time he says it.
Nah,
So he's just yelling at Brick. "I'll fuck your son."
just put that in the episode description. Just quote, "I'll fuck the sun." John Stanley,
That should have been
2022.
our opening line.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, but yes, sometimes like, and it doesn't happen often, but yeah, like not too hot, but like distractingly beautiful.
Out of place, even. Like she doesn't really belong in a mine.
Does it help you to watch it anymore, knowing that her vagina might be cancerous?
What?
What
All right, never mind.
are you talking about?
No, Michael Douglas got throat cancer. He said it was from going down on his wife so much.
He did say that. That happened. I
Wow.
forgot that. happened.
Yes,
For real?
it's for real.
Bitch, are you for real?
Wow.
For real.
Was this in an interview or just he just came out?
No,
Hey
that-
guys, press conference.
This episode's over, by the way. The movie
Oh,
is
it's over
not
a while
important
ago.
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it was. Some kind of interview or something. Yeah, but
I
he
feel
said
like Sisyphus pushing this episode.
they were
up the
basically
hill,
Yeah.
and then
like
every day
talking
it's
to
back
him
down
about
at the
like
bottom.
the
Fucking
cancer,
sun.
like whatever. I don't know what they asked or whatever. This is a long time ago, but he was
Good
like,
for him.
"Yeah, it's for me and my wife."
Good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, first of all, that is the best answer you could ever possibly give. That's the most badass answer.
Maybe they were trying to maneuver him into saying that he smoked too much and
Whatever.
Oh, just
stuff like that, and he just like,
ate out a carcinogenic vagina. Many, many times.
Not even carcinogenic. It was just too much for his body to handle. That's all.
Yeah, whatever.
So, all right.
Anyway.
So we know she has a powerful vagina.
Yeah. I mean, we
Oh.
knew that from watching the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where even are we? Oh, so all right. He
Spain,
takes him to a mine.
California.
You're like, this mine's gonna fucking explode later. There's gonna be one hell of a fight here.
The look on those kids though at the mine,
Yep.
like that one kid looks over. He looked like one of the dinosaur appliances on the Flintstones.
yeah.
Just like it's a living.
That's exactly the look he had.
So, all right. The plan is basically they're mining gold in California, and they're just gonna give it to Santa Ana
right.
to buy California with money that technically is his.
Yeah.
Just put a different name on it. It's fine. It's all good.
What they do?
Just print more.
I really thought that it was like not gold and it was just painted.
Mhm.
Because when he was like handling it, the briquettes or whatever they're called,
Ingots.
thank you. He was just tossing them around like nothing. I'm like, that's really freaking heavy. And I was like, this must be painted. He's got the gold.
Well, in reality,
in reality, yes, it was
No, I know,
aluminum
it's just-
painted gold.
he didn't even-
and he was not acting properly.
No,
Yeah.
yes. It's just I thought that he had something under his sleeve that he didn't reveal.
No, it's just bad
But,
acting.
Yeah.
All right. So we see first off, there's like some child labor going on here. Second off, like that Padre that was talking shit about Zorro before, like talking about how cool Zorro is, he's over here working now. And then Three Finger Jack, he's here. He's in a minecart. He's talking a bunch of shit.
He's
And-
just there.
He didn't die from getting
No.
shot before.
And it's weird, like you would think that they would have said, you only have 3 fingers. You're not really any use to us. You can't hold a pickaxe. They're just gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
Like, no. They let him work on this thing.
well, also like it's not just that he's still alive and still there, but he's in a minecart.
Yeah.
Just chilling like this is his home bathtub.
Well, he's not in chains. He's not being whipped.
It's halfway up, like an incline. So he's just, I don't know what's keeping him there, but it's prime ready. So when you just,
the Disney
when it's
cast
time-
member that's waiting to push
Yeah,
the button.
exactly.
Clearly a sweet jump for a minecart.
Yes.
Like, it's
Yes.
just a minecart ramp.
yeah, it's just waiting for that, that little pole, and
And
then
the skate
boom,
park
he's
section
gone.
of the mine.
Yeah, and he's just hanging out like, hey guys, it's me,
So-
it's Jack. Everybody loves me.
Here's how cool Blondor is. Fucking three-finger Jack pulls the brake, launches the minecart down the ramp, goes flying in the air with a pickaxe.
I mean, that was a sweet setup.
Well, until Blondor just pulls out his 45 and blasts him clean out of the air. Just all forward momentum stops.
From the hip.
I was saying, I would have loved to have seen the pickaxe just go flipping around and then fall into his head.
Yeah.
Just be the topper.
So you could say that he shot him down.
He did shoot him down.
What the... Was that a whip?
What's a quip?
Yeah.
Yep.
Brooke, I'm going to ask you to just write all this shit down and pass it around
Quip
the
it
table
good.
before you say anything.
All right. So then
We
Captain
need at least
Blondor's
two
like,
of you to turn the keys to allow him to
that's
talk.
the second time I've shot that man out of the air. Also, we need to have a secret meeting back at the hacienda.
That's right.
I got things to show you.
I got to show you something.
And this was a bit of an issue for me the whole time, though. But he is not good at all at keeping secret who he is. Because he had a run-in with this Blondor days before, whatever it was, as this, bandit, whatever he was called. And now he's like showing up in his face. He's making comments about like
Stealing his woman.
Yeah, that thief got away. Woo-hoo, I hope you have a better time next time. I'm going to steal your woman now. And and then like feeling bad when this guy dies that like you shouldn't know and all this shit. Like, at least try and hide it.
Luckily for him, Blondor, instead of just telling Don Raphael, like, hey, this guy's not who he says he is, he's here for some suspicious reason, I'm going to take him back to my office and show him his brother's fucking head in a jar.
That's weird.
And Three-Finger Jack's hand.
Yeah.
And presumably the horse's head in a jar of piss.
Well, it's all piss. So, Zorro, Antonio Banderas, shows up at this guy's office. And this dude's just sitting there. He's like, hey, how do you like the area? You here in town for a long time? You going to see any of the sights? Do any of the weird touristy stuff? And then all of a sudden he just pulls a jar of piss out with his brother's head in it. And he's like, hey, drink some of this. Drink some of this, brother piss head.
And he fucking does!
Well, there's a bunch of things wrong here. Because he drinks from it.
Like,
Two,
why do you drink head water? Why?
Like, Alejandro's response is essentially like, all right, I'm going to go. And then he just leaves.
Yeah.
What is that? Well, okay, so first of all, he's like, here's your brother's head, it's in a jar of piss. Here's your friend's hand in a jar of cum. And he's like, different Africa, they eat their enemies to gain their power.
Different Africa.
Sorry.
That was the movie Ravenous.
Yeah, all the Blumhouse. But so then Antonio Banderas is like, oh yeah, you're weird. You're a weird guy. Stop being so weird. It's weird. And then he's like, I'm gonna dip my cup in this and just sip it real quick. Brother's head juice. It tastes just like I
could
remember.
be weird too.
And then he pieces out. But he knows who he is. They both acknowledge that they know.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, I'm guessing that Blondor was expecting, Alejandro to react to give him away. But it's like, you still know it's him.
Yeah.
And like, Don Raphael's gonna believe you. But he's just like, he just lets Alejandro leave.
Yeah.
Well,
And
whether Don Raphael would believe him or not, just be like,
Yeah.
you're that thief. You're kidnapped now or captured. Or
He could
Whatever.
have shot him
Yeah,
and then been like, look at this poster. That's him.
Yeah.
He could have shot him and been like, he was snooping around in my office.
He also could have just been like,
He put this weird jar with a head in it.
I killed this guy. Taste this jar of piss with the head in
also
it.
coulda
Now
just-
taste this one. They taste the same.
yeah, he also
brothers.
it could have just been like, hey, while you're enjoying that cup of your brother's head, let's see how this jar fits on yours.
But-
like,
Wait.
But if he was wrong, then he would have murdered a member of the Spanish court.
Again, they don't seem to care that much.
Now, question. He's got this jar of head soup. Who directed this film? Campbell, you say? It's all been a setup for Brother Head Soup from Campbell's. A big ad campaign. No one is saying anything. You're just
You got to
all
write
looking-
these things down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
before you.
All right.
That would be
All
as
right.
much of a waste of time
So-
as that joke was.
All
Okay.
right. You know what? I'm going to go home.
Take my mic
So
and go.
freaking,
That's right. I'm taking my microphone.
we cut to Elena. She like talks to Diego in a stable. She's like, "Oh, your voice is so calming. It seems so familiar." He's like, "You don't know me. Get out of here."
Yeah, get,
I'm hungry.
I don't know why, but I just want to call you Daddy. And he's like, you can do that.
Look at this massive horse penis peeking down in
Yeah,
the frame
it's
here.
like the
Yeah,
size of her forearm.
Yeah.
Even the horse is distracted.
Oh, yeah. He's like, where's Mr. Hand? I need to get this off out of my system.
So yeah,
I need
So,
to
like,
kill a man.
this is what happens because Rob gets thrown out of his house every night by his wife, as we've established.
I need to.
He's
I need
a
to
little
rupture-
repressed.
I need to rupture a man's lungs with the tip of my horse penis.
That's not how I was going to phrase it, but yes.
All right. So Elena's like, "I gotta go." She leaves. She goes out into the market, runs into the nanny that used to be like Diego and Esmeralda's employee. They speak Spanish. She's like, "Take this shawl."
Why doesn't she speak Spanish?
Because Spain Spanish and Mexican Spanish are different.
No, it's not.
I mean, they are. But
No,
not-
it's not. Come on,
not
you're
super
just,
different,
You're
but they
just
are
messing
different.
around. You're just lying to yourself.
So either way, she's like, "Here, take this blankie thing." You know, like that.
More
Your
importantly-
dad's not your real dad, and Elena's just like, "I don't want this. Get out of here!" And like leaves.
It smells like smallpox, Grandma.
It's more situations of just like, here's more and more mounting evidence that, whatever is, you are not who you say you are, or you are not who you think you are. I don't know why this woman's still alive. I don't know how they ran into each other again. It's just,
Elena, I can't tell you about the Matrix. You have to experience the Matrix.
Oh, do you think she offered the pills?
No, she offered her a scarf.
It's 1998. We didn't have the Matrix yet.
I know.
When did the Matrix come out?
99.
Oh,
So they were at this point they were applying all the pleather to the trench coats.
spraying the pleather onto Trinity.
Yeah. So fucking
The Chowowskis.
now we go back to the Batcave and Alejandro's like, "All right, let's do this," and Diego's like, "Hold on, you need your Zorro mask." Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. But we decided it's not actually a mask; it's a codpiece. So you wear it upside down on your crotch. The balls come out of the
I know
eye.
how a codpiece works.
Yeah, the balls come out of the eye holes,
Mhm.
so you get that nice tickle when you're riding the horse.
Mhm.
And then the nose kind of holds your dick as like a sheath.
This is like the worst codpiece in the world.
No,
It doesn't
it's
even
good.
do its job.
It does a job, just not the job. you're
It
thinking
doesn't hold your genitalia.
No,
It's
but
not
by
the
the
job
time you
you
get to
want.
wherever
It's
you're
for
going on that,
display purposes.
yeah, it's for display and pleasure.
If there's one thing a codpiece should have is non-permeability.
All right, we'll call it a cock cradle then.
This
is a
would be
concrete.
the least favorable codpiece to jump off of a roof onto the ground with.
All
You
right.
don't want to wear it to jump down on anything.
Onto the back of a horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Unless
yeah.
you're
Alright.
into that, in which
No.
case
Okay.
you will.
So
Chef's kiss.
that officially makes it a banana hammock, I believe. But
No, it doesn't really cradle your whole banana.
It's a nut.
Just like the first 2 inches, and the rest is just.
in Australia, they call it a budgie smuggler,
they
Yeah.
do.
There you go.
which I believe is a parakeet.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So anyway, cut to the bad guy
And their
meeting.
former prime minister used to wear them all the time. But anyway,
It gets interrupted because there's a big old flaming Z carved outside. Anthony Hopkins is just
That's-
running through a field.
Terrible of you to say.
Mhm. What? It's like the Russians are
It's
attacking. Like,
insensitive. What do you mean by big flaming Z outside?
Mhm. I mean, it happened in the movie. We watched it.
Oh, the letter. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know which joke you're going for.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I thought we were doing like a Russian invasion.
Yeah.
No,
He was going for calling something flaming.
I don't know. I don't know if Z is like.
I don't know what Z is.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna write down
that's-
the joke and pass it around the table right now.
Is it Zoolander?
I'll save you the time.
No.
So, all right. Captain Blondor's like, all right, check it out. Here's the deal. We got to hide all the evidence because we don't want Santa Anna to know we bought California with his own money. So let's kill everybody. The governor's like, I'm not going to say no, and I'm just going to let you do that. And so they're talking while Zorro is just in the rafters, just like, hey, stick my rapier down and take your little nap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how swords work. I don't think he'd be able to just
Probably not.
Zorro swords work a lot
poke
of
it and pick it up like that.
There's a lot of things that don't work the way they should be, so that's just cartoon.
see where you're going with that, Rob. So
Pass it
all
around
right.
the table. Just double check that for me. Make
He's
sure it's
like-
okay. Make sure it's appropriate.
I'm going to
Pass
sneak
it on
up
to the prick.
on Captain Blondor. I'm going to kick his guards out the window, and then I'm just going to tussle with him for a little while. Then the governor's going to show up. I'm going to tussle with him for a little while. Then I'm just going to leave. He leaves with the map, and like he sort of fights both of them.
Pass it to John, please.
Oh, okay. Thought that was for me.
Yeah, it is like a weird because like in my head I'm like, is this the climax of the movie? Is the movie about to end? Like he's fighting the two main bad guys right now. Like
No, of course not.
it's just a little strange. It's a little out of nowhere.
It is, but
So he's headed off, and they go to the he goes to the stable, but Elena's waiting for him. It's like, for some reason, Zorro, I gotta stop you. You stole something from my dad. Also, I'm pretty good with a rapier, and I'm gonna show how good I am with the rapier by cutting your sleeve. And he's like, oh, we're gonna cut clothes.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this
Cut
scene.
your legs are out, your bosom's out, and then he
whole
she like
top's
disarms him.
To be fair,
What?
if she wasn't taped into that top, her bosom would have been out a long time ago.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't take much for
no, those are
bosoms
not.
to defeat that dress.
Those are not like those are not good dresses, and also not big bosoms. So they would have been just like flying. They would have pancaked right out of there.
Flapjacked, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying she's got. I'm not saying it's like. I'm not saying it's like fried eggs nailed to a wall. I'm just saying they're not.
Wow.
They're not big. She's not big in the chest area. It's fine.
Yeah.
She's a lovely woman
with a powerful carcinogenic vagina.
with a deadly crotch. And all I can say is, get me that chemotherapy, man.
Just start it right now.
That's right. Give me that drip.
going in.
Give me that drip.
So fucking. All right, so now he like disarms her. He gets his sword back. He points his sword at her, and he's like, "Okay, so before I had the
still.
moral high ground of I was just defending myself. Now I'm just straight up sexually assaulting you.
Yeah.
Cut your dress off, give you some makeouts, and
Now, to be fair, she could have just took a step backwards at any point.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I don't know if she's just playing the role like she's been insulted, or if she's actually upset.
She is very cool with this right now.
yeah.
This is foreplay.
to be fair, he
He
did
can-
say,
he
don't
can-
move a muscle, and then started swinging his sword at her.
Yeah, he could probably smell the cancer in the air, if you know what I'm saying.
He's getting nose cancer.
Yeah.
It's probably sounds like
Somebody
when
smoking
they-
in here?
Yeah, it's probably exactly like when they cut the face hugger in Alien. Like you can see just the acid going down.
All right.
several layers
Okay.
into the earth.
There are so many terrible visuals. That,
No,
Yes.
great visual.
Supposedly in an interview, she did say she got a little roused filming this. But anyway,
I'll
So
bet.
Really?
they have
Yeah.
this like half sword
bet.
fight, half sex scene. Then Zorro's like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Gave her
take my hat back.
I feel like gave herself a Brazilian.
and I'll stab you later.
Yep. And then he's like, with what is to be determined. But you're getting stabbed. And he gets on his horse, and his horse again just fucks everything up. Don Raphael runs in, is like, why the fuck are you like half naked in here? What just occurred? Never mind, I don't got time. I gotta go.
He was vigorous, Daddy.
Yeah.
Vigorous.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. She
that's
says
right.
vigorous like a bunch of times.
Daddy, he was so vigorous.
He was
I
young
need to,
and very vigorous.
tell the servants I need to take a shower. I have vigor
It's
all
like,
in my
stop
hair.
saying that word.
My hair's all sticky with vigor. My back, I have so much vigor on my back, it's running down my butt crack.
But wear the hazmat suits because I don't want you guys getting sick.
Oh yeah, don't go near what I got going on.
So he jumps on his horse. His horse immediately knocks him off. And then we get this horse chase where these dumbass cavalrymen are just chasing the empty horse. And he goes and he gets on one of their horses and, just chases them while they're chasing the horse.
Well, they're not really after him. They're just like, did you see the dick on that horse? Follow that horse.
Why are we still following it? I don't know.
I want to draw. I want to make a sketch of that dick. I want to get a rubbing.
The cavalry commander just thinks that's Antonio Banderas hanging off the bottom of the horse.
It's a 5'9" dick. It might be Antonio Banderas.
Paint me like one of your French horns.
There you go.
So, all right. He slowly, methodically works his way up the line of horses, throwing people off.
I totally thought he was going to do a Jean-Claude Van Damme thing when
He was
on
getting
both
close.
of those horses.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, now it's really parody o'clock.
So now they go back to the Fox Cave again. Diego's like, all right, I know he's going to blow up like so many people, but look, I got to go after my daughter. I don't really, you got it. You got it in the mine. You can handle it. I'm fucking.
You graduated. Now go find a job.
Yeah, like I
And
can't.
I'm not even going to wait for Don Raphael to not be at home, and where I could just talk to Elena. I'm going to show up like right now and just fuck it up. And he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty handily.
He shows up. He like points a rapier at Don Raphael. Captain Blondor gets Elena, and then Elena runs in front of him when the muskets are about to fire. So Don Raphael freaks out. He's like, "No!" And then Diego pushes Elena out of the way and just surrenders. So they just Don Raphael's like, "Whoa, okay, I didn't expect that to work. Just put him in the wine cellar, I guess. I don't know."
Yeah, why wouldn't he try and get Elena alone instead of going straight after her like Don Raphael?
Then we wouldn't have a movie.
Well, I understand.
Because you
that.
want her to hear it from
Yeah.
his mouth.
That's
Or that,
And Elena now figures out that this guy might be her daddy. And
chill.
so Diego's just in the wine cellar for a minute, and then Elena just goes to the guard and pistol whips him, lets him out. They're like, "Come on, we gotta go to the mine. It's gonna be a cool fight scene." And then we're at the mine. They're loading all the gold onto a cart on a crane thing, and then Zorro's sneaking in as a water boy, and he just gets caught. He doesn't do well on the stealth.
Yeah, not really his thing.
Everyone's just shooting at him, and he's running around, and they start the fuse to blow up all the miners that they've locked in the mine, and he stops the crane.
Hold on.
What's that?
This is where I really started to lose my fucking mind.
Okay.
Because they're like, all right, we need to get rid of all evidence, so we're blowing up the mine, and fuck it, let's blow up the miners. So they lock them all in these cages.
Mhm.
These cages are made of the flimsiest looking fucking wood.
Fucking balsa wood.
Yeah.
It looks like I had a good run. I could get through these damn things by myself.
Yeah.
But we also have these people that were shown, they look like a zombie horde trying to get out, and they're pressed up against the
A lot of
wood
those
so
people could just
much.
fit through the bars.
That too, but it also looked like they were all crammed so much against them. I expected at one point for them to just fall through on accident.
Right, it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? This thin wood and these terrible crumbly locks. There's only 300,000 pounds of us pressing against this stuff.
Yeah.
What do we do?
At one point, it shows a bunch of people, reaching through where they can get their hands or whatever, and you can see the joint where the two boards are meeting across the vertical horizon. The one, going vertically and horizontally, whatever.
Perpendicular.
Yeah.
the two ways. Just say
the two ways. And all I could think is one good kick or two. One of those boards is coming out. It's got two nails in it. I can see it. It's got 2 nails.
They brought in the lockpicking lawyer as like a consultant. He was like, "What are you guys doing?
So
Just push, just push forward."
Just kick it.
What are you
Just kick
guys
it.
doing? Why aren't they in the mine?
So
Just
Zorro's
that you're
like-
already going to blow up.
fighting the class D and C goons here, and he's taking care of them. And Don Raphael's just like, I got a gun. I'm just gonna shoot him. But fucking Diego comes into the rescue. Like, so now Diego's fighting Don Raphael, and fucking Blondor comes running in. He's like, I know I can't take Zorro, but I'm gonna fight him anyway. And I have a pistol, but I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna put that down.
Yeah, let me throw that down. I saw Indiana Jones. I saw how that
Yeah,
ended, but I'm gonna choose to throw this down anyway. Let's have a fair fight.
He's being honorable. That's
And then
nice.
Zorro's like, I'm just gonna
Stupid, but
fucking
nice.
kick your ass.
I keep people's heads in jars of piss. I want a fair fight though.
Yeah.
I locked up all these Mexicans or Californians to die in a horrible fiery explosion. But
To be fair, they are Mexicans because California is part of Mexico.
yeah, it's true.
So
I mean, there are Mexicans now. Well, anyway.
some guys with rifles show up and they're shooting at Zorro. And Zorro's like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run in the boiler room and just turn a knob and things going to fucking blow up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I didn't understand that. It's a steam thing.
I mean, you could blow a boiler, but not like that.
No.
It takes way longer.
Well, it also, I don't think it would be a fire explosion.
No,
It would,
no,
that's what I was totally confused by.
This is
They
again.
don't-
We're just going with it's a movie.
Yeah, they
It
don't
just
have
works the way we need it.
They don't
to.
have a Steam option for pyrotechnics. You only check one box. It's like pyrotechnics, yes, no.
So
Well, you have fire and just
that boiler
explosion.
heated gasoline
Force.
to make the steam. That's what was going on in there. So, so they like Captain Blondor's like, I gotta go. I'm running away, and Zorro goes chasing after him. But now Don Raphael and Diego are fighting, and Don Raphael's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna take a pistol and threaten to shoot my daughter or your daughter, someone's daughter. I'm gonna shoot this woman."
This hot girl.
Yeah.
This hot girl. I'm gonna shoot
I'll
this hot
shoot her.
girl. I don't care.
And then he's like, so she put Diego puts his sword down. He's like, "Now I'm gonna shoot you," and she's like, "No!" Knocks that out of the way. So he kind of shoots him, like kind of nicks him or whatever.
I guess legit shot, like, because he dies.
he does.
Yeah, but for like it takes a while though. But
Yeah,
but
it
now Don Raphael has the advantage in the sword fight. So they're fighting and they fight by a cart, and Don Raphael hits the thing that makes the horses go away. So now they're just the two of them fighting by the cart, and that comes into play in a minute because cutting back to Blondor and fucking Zorro are fighting. And Blondor is just like, I could stab you, but I'm going to cut this one rope that causes a plank to go loose that catapults you onto the
I will
crane.
kill you by Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, and it causes Zorro to drop his sword, though. So then...
There's a lot of very, like, Jerry Bruckheimer-esque antics in this
Yes.
film.
Oh, yeah. So he jumps on top of the crane, and he's like, I'm gonna stab you now. And Zorro's like, I'm gonna do some move where your sword goes over the rope, and I take it and I stab you in the stomach. And the Blondor's just like, oh. So Zorro kind of just leaves him to just
Can I
wallow
shoot
with his
you
stomach
instead?
wound. And but Blondor does not last much longer because back up at the other fight, fucking Diego's like, oh, Don Raphael, you dumbass, you're standing in all the horse riggings or whatever. Tackle. Thank you. I'm just going to hit the button that releases the cart brake, and it just drags fucking Don Raphael off the side of the
With the gold.
cliff with the gold. That falls on fucking
Blondor.
on Blondor. One falls to death, one gets crushed by gold, then falls to death.
I did like
it's
that
brutal.
scene. I thought that
Yeah.
was very clever.
And
And
then
then both of the
I
bad
believe
guys
this was
die.
the sighting of our second puppet.
Mhm. And he makes it rain because fucking gold flies everywhere.
I love gold. Yeah, that was pretty spectacular.
So
Not the puppet
I
was
didn't
too
even-
brief to really be awesome.
It was good
in
enough.
this 1999, this isn't like the girl can't be like killing the dudes yet, but she can be helping. She's not quite damsel in distress, but not quite damsel doing just fine. So she's like, I'm gonna go kind of rescue some people.
I mean, she totally held her own in the in the fights when
Yeah.
she was fighting Zorro, but like the movie's not about her.
Yeah.
So she's not.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
It's perfectly okay that she shows that she is very capable, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean she has to be the one that saves
Just
the day.
commenting on where we're progressing.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
the ladies in
Well,
action.
that's fair.
movies.
Yeah. Well, now it would be like she is better than Zorro at
Yeah.
everything, and he sucks.
Well, now she would be Zorro.
Yeah, I
right
was
now she
gonna
would
say.
be Zorro. Zorro would be like a drunk idiot,
Yeah.
and she would have to show him how to be cool again. But he would never reach that point,
Yeah.
and then he would die like 15
Well,
minutes.
the
into
bad
movie.
guy would like kill him or something. and
Right,
she
yeah.
would have to
And
take
she'd
up
have
the
to,
mantle.
yeah. But, like, she would never learn from him.
Mhm.
He would be the master, but she would just be better at it already.
All right.
Yeah.
That's-
So anyway,
You can do this all you want, but we're right.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not saying you're not right. I just said you're totally right.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
all right. So as expected, like they get the prisoners out, they run away, and there's the fucking big ass like 90s explosion. And I gotta say, like this era of explosions is very satisfactory.
It was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
It was a cool
They
explosion.
wouldn't like they would CGI this, or they would like overlay it or something today.
Or it'd be Michael Bay, and there would be 30 of them scattered throughout the
Yeah.
movie, and
Yeah.
you're so tired of it, you'd
Yeah.
be like, I don't want any more.
And almost none of them would be as big and impressive as this
Yeah,
was.
this one they clearly like they loaded the set up with different debris and just blew the fucking set up.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a which is what you get with other films. It was like a thoom, which is what you want.
But
A thoom.
the time between seeing the people
Oh, they're
escape,
dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
was like,
that shouldn't-
everybody is a pincushion.
Oh, they're all dead.
No one wins.
I was actually just thinking, because you mentioned the whole thing about the gold bricks and everything, is even if they got a good amount away, a lot of those bricks would be flying through the air and they
Oh,
would
yeah.
kill
Yeah.
so many people.
Well, so I don't think any of them looked at the explosion though, so they're fine.
yeah.
Oh, was that what it
that
was?
yeah, that makes sense.
But it's only if you're cool. Like, if you're not cool and you don't look at explosion,
Oh,
you just get, like,
Zorro's a cool guy.
You just get 8-degree burns on your
So
back.
yeah,
Right?
Just
so all
Zorro-
those Mexican, yeah,
Yeah.
Zorro
Those
Junior,
emaciated
Junior
miners,
Cedar.
they were cool guys because they were standing next to Zorro and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
They're no... Never mind.
Just quick little backtrack for a moment. Also, though, while she did prove to be, useful and everything, she helps with getting the miners out, they do annoyingly have her shooting off all the locks, while again, the metal lock being the strongest looking piece of this whole fucking structure. And it just made me lose
I
my
think
freaking
Zorro
mind.
just ran by and hit it with a rock.
I believe so.
I thought it was. I think it might have been like a hammer. or
But like
something.
all of
It was the
them...
pistol after she ran out of
okay.
bullets.
Oh, it was
Oh,
the
okay.
pistol. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just pass this one to John, because I don't know if it's appropriate for it.
So
Oh god.
he fucking
Yeah.
Just ball it up. Ball it up and throw it.
So he they get away. They go back to Anthony Hopkins, who's on top of that thing when it blew up, but he's okay.
Which one of you made that smell?
That wasn't me. So we're almost done. Let's just power through it.
I don't know if they can.
Anthony Hopkins is like, "I'm gonna die. Take my daughter, make a baby."
Yeah.
Be
Take
Zorro.
her in all of
That's
the
your
ways
curse.
You can say that.
Put your
You gotta
vigor.
you get to be a superhero and have a super hot wife.
Fill her with your vigor.
Yeah. You might get cancer, but it's all right.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Snow.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
keep it above the keep it below the waist. You'll only get dick cancer. You'll be fine.
So anyway, so he dies. Cut ahead to the future. They're all surrounded by a sunset matte painting. They have a new baby that I'm pretty sure was a puppet at one point. It was moving like a puppet.
It was a
Wouldn't
Muppet. They
surprise
spent the
Yeah.
extra money
And then,
to get a Muppet.
you know, that's it. Like, he's Zorro. He
Yeah.
does, you know, they live happily ever after. He does a fucking flaming Z slash at the camera and cue up, what's his name? The guy who looks like a
Mark
ghoul.
Anthony.
Mark Anthony and who's the
And
lady?
Yeah, who looks like what?
A ghoul.
yeah, he looks like a ghoul.
Yes.
And Tina Arena.
Tina Arena.
I want to spend my lifetime loving you.
So if it wasn't him saying, "Don't worry, my little Wookiee," what was it that he said?
It was whatever her name is, I'm sure, or his name, whatever the hell the kid's name.
When was this said?
It was at that scene just before like the movie ended.
I'm assuming he named the child Joaquin after his brother.
Oh, little Joaquin. Okay.
That's my guess.
That makes sense.
He did say little Joaquin. I heard that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I thought it was Wookiee.
Kid's a little Wookiee now.
It's not Wookiee.
This little Wookiee.
I know it shouldn't have been. But, whatever.
Again,
And that's the end.
Brick's always close, but not quite there.
All right, Tony. So that's the movie. What do we got on RottenBanderas.com?
Critics gave this a score of 83%. Audience gave this a score of 73%. That's their thoughts and opinions. What about you? Yours, Rob.
I mean, I thought it was fine. It was entertaining. Like, I don't know if I would ever like sit down and intentionally watch this, but I would totally like have it on in the background, I guess. There was nothing offensive about it. It was a perfectly serviceable action-y movie.
Alright. John.
Yeah, same. I'd give it a B.
A beige.
A beige, yeah.
Give it a sick beat.
B minus.
Yeah, I mean, so I had never seen the movie before today, but I've seen the movie a bunch of times. You know, it's one of those. So like, I didn't hate it. It was serviceable, nothing super egregious. Like, it had the right atmosphere that let me overlook all the dumb stuff. But like just looking at the movie, I could tell like everything that was going to happen, and it was like, it's kind of like watching Avatar. Like, the story was very, very basic, but I still had fun. Yeah. So
this is something I mentioned while we were watching the movie, and let me know if any of you feel the same way. I said it felt more early 90s than late 90s. Is that?
I mean, it was definitely better than most movies of this time period, because this is right in the middle of like all summer movies suck.
Yeah.
.com.
Your anacondas.
Or at least mid-90s ish. Yeah. It's very 90s in general. That's, I think, the thing.
So yeah, I mean, basically, I would give it. I'd give it like a C minus B plus. Like, nothing's wrong, but I don't really want to see it again.
How do you get a C minus or B plus?
Or C plus B minus.
Okay,
my mistake. You know, I don't want to see it again, but I won't say no to watching it. This would be a good movie to just have on if you have a bunch of people over, but you're not watching the movie. Like, you just want something in the background. So yeah, I guess I'd recommend it, but like, you know, you've seen it already. Like, look at the cover poster. You've seen the movie. Yeah.
Brick.
I am okay with pretty much everything that's been said. Like, B minus, C plus would probably be the territory for me. I definitely agree with the sentiment of have it on in the background. There's plenty of it that you can enjoy without having to actively watch it. So if you're like doing homework or something else and your focus isn't entirely on the movie, you'll be fine for a good number of portions. I did think that there were a couple of clever lines and moments in it that I thought were distinct enough that I got chuckles and was entertained by it, but it wasn't anything earth-shattering. If I still had cable television and was channel surfing and this was on, yeah, I'd probably be like, all right, yeah, this is fine. We'll watch that until it ends. So, yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh.
This Antonio Banderas swinging a sword, or 13th Warrior? Antonio
This,
Banderas.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know about 13th Warrior, the book, but yeah, I'm in the same boat as everyone else. This is pretty, just very average. Something great to have out in the background. Like, it's got good action things, fine characters, very basic storyline, so you could like miss big chunks and not be really missing anything. So all good there. It does have some saggy parts, but it is not as slow as 13th Warrior. So yeah, I'm in the same boat of like maybe somewhere in CB areas.
If I had time and research capital, I would like to get two people who have never seen this movie before and have them watch it without the sound and just have them say the dialogue and just see how close they could get. Because I
try it with my wife, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have a realistic chance of just watching the scene,
Friend John,
and then maybe just rewind the scene and play it over again and let them like just do what they think the dialogue is.
That'd be interesting. Anyway, that's it for that. What else we got, Rob?
Well, we have our next movie, which we're going to decide by the D20 of Fate. Now, Apparently it's my turn again, which without Brian, it's going real fast.
It's just whipping around. We saw it happen if we give it to John. It's
Brian.
Yeah, we can.
Brian.
Yeah,
we need you, Brian.
Guess.
If this is another Transform week, Brian, I'm blaming you.
Yeah, me too.
Brian.
I'm not Brian. Just come back. I need you.
Brian, I'm here, and
I
we'll
love you.
try to continue to come here until you come back. So
It does. Okay.
Just roll.
The point is, we don't. I mean, we love John, but guests can't be trusted with the D20 fate anymore because they steal all the good from the D20.
I don't think I've ever rolled with you.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Roll.
I don't expect that to change anytime soon.
Here we go.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. It's a 9.
Could we see what we would have rolled?
Oh, yeah.
9 is 1987's Lethal Weapon.
Gary Busey.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't think
boy.
I've seen that.
Here we go, guys. You're gonna get a boatload of me tooth-owed if you think so.
What? Exactly.
Getting too old for this shit.
Yeah. I'm getting to motorcycle actions for this shit. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for listening. On behalf of me and everybody else who will say their own piece, I guess. Thanks so much. And go listen to Smash Mouth's All-Star.
Adios.
Fuck you, I was gonna say adios.
I say adios every goddamn
yeah,
episode.
I know, but it's meant.
It's
Yeah, it fits this time. I
Fucking
get.
Spanish.
I'm gonna say it.
fight.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's fine.
Brian, I'm waiting for you, Brian.
Make a run for the border.
Isn't that, buddy?
Hey everybody, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, and if possible, leave a review. If you have questions, comments, or would like to sponsor an episode, email us at the4ampodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, you can buy a t-shirt, hoodie, and more at Teespring. Or gain access to exclusive content by becoming a patron at patreon.com/4ampodcast. Thanks again for listening. See you next time.